Alrighty, so we are now live. I gotta remember to post these updates before I actually go live. Let's see. Alright, so we are now live. We're gonna do a league, which we probably shouldn't do. We should probably just be in the tournament practice room, but we're actually gonna do a league here of Jace Stompy. So, for any of you that have not seen what I've been tweeting about and what I've been typing in my Twitch channel, we're gonna play a pretty interesting deck here. It's going to pretend that these counter spells all match and these Ensnaring Bridges match, and there's not one foil Jace. The Mind Sculptor, you can just bear with me and just pretend that. Let's put on our imagination caps, and everything's fine. Everything matches. So we have Jace Stompy. So we all know from the story that Nicol Bolas and the Oath, Nicol Bolas and the Oath of the Gatewatch battled. The Oath of the Gatewatch traveled to Amonkhet. They met Nicol Bolas, battled him an hour of devastation, and Nicol Bolas pretty much wrecked him and shattered Jace's mind. So Jace is a little nutto right now. So not only is he nutto, but apparently his personality has been fractured. So that's what we're working off here. So we got some of your normal stompy pieces. We got the Ancient Tomb, some Chrome Mox for faster mana. Here we're on a lot of basic islands. 6 fetches. Fetches are here mostly just because we want to be able to have shuffle effects on our brainstorms, our Jace the Mind Sculptors, things of that nature. So it gives us a little bit of ability to shuffle away some poor cards and matchups. We got a pair of Hydroblasts. So right now there's a decent amount of... I have Jace on strike 1. Oh yeah, that's right. This counterspell has Jace, these ones don't. That is actually a good point. I'll have to fix that next time. I didn't even think of that. Thank you, Elementer. Alright. So we got a pair of Hydroblast in the main. Hydroblast can target any spell, so if we get stranded with this in hand with Ensnaring Bridge out, we can just fire one off. Not really a big deal. Otherwise, I can pitch to Force of Will. It's great against Pyroblast, Postboard. It's good against Kolaghan's Command, stuff like that. A lot of the cards we're going to want to answer, it's actually decent against, so we kept those. It was going to be Flusterstorm originally, but Flusterstorm can't particularly proactively just be fired off if you need to get your hand count low enough for Ensnaring Bridge to be active. It was actually suggested to run Propaganda over Ensnaring Bridge. Propaganda doesn't protect your Planeswalkers, so I actually stuck with the Ensnaring Bridges. It's a little bit of a nombo since most of our Jaces have card advantage options, but all the Jaces that have card advantage options also have options that don't necessarily mean we have to have too many cards in hand. Like if we're stuck on like 1 or 2 cards in hand, like Jace Valorant's going to draw us a card, but Architect of Thought is going to make sure that any creatures that can come in are going to be much smaller. Hydroblast should be Jace's defeat. Yeah, it could be possible. Was it Jace's defeat is destroy, or is it counter a blue spell? It's basically a what's that card that got reprinted? Arrows block. So we got here Jace's defeat. Counter target blue spell was a Planeswalker spell scry too. Yeah, I mean that could definitely be an option, but we're gonna stick with Hydroblast for now. We're gonna go for a little bit of not cute things. We got 4 brainstorms, helped us fix our draws and whatnot. No, not a null. There's another card that's like counter target blue spell. It's Gainsay is what it is. It got reprinted in I think Theros block. Because Theros block had like the self-hate cards, like Dark Betrayal was a black spell that only kills black creatures, things of that nature. So our 2-drop slot, we have 4 counter spells. I mean, counter spell is just real easy, just counter target spell. It's great for a deck like this when you just want to be able to answer whatever card comes down. Jace Prince Prodigy, that's our first Jace. Draw a card, discard a card, and if you have 5 or more cards, you get to flip it. Yeah, we actually want to. We don't particularly want to actually be competitive with this deck off answer, but we do want it to be a little closer to not just getting stomped every round. So Jace Prince Prodigy is our first Jace. The flip version is +1, target creature gets -2/-0 until your next turn. -3 is you can cast an instant sorcery from the graveyard this turn. That basically gives it flashback. -9, you get Emblem. When you cast a spell, target opponent puts up 5 cards in his or her library and his or her graveyard. So that should be a fun one to play around with. I expect all items to be excellent. Jace on them. Well, Lava we'll fix that up. We'll make sure everything has Jace on it from future reference. Yeah, these are like the full art-based Battle for Zendikar lands that came with the having MTGO. So then we got our Oath of Jace. When it enters the battlefield, you draw 3, discard 2. It's a great way to kind of cycle through the deck and find out what we need. At the beginning of upkeep, you scry X, where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. That should be fairly relevant since we're mostly planeswalkers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Jaces, so we could get up to a scry of 5. So that could be real good. We could really thin out our top, really smooth out our top decks. Really make sure like we only draw, like if we're going to draw multiple cards a turn, like a Jace Bellerin and our draw step, it gives us the ability to like make sure we draw a land, so we can play a land and keep 1 card in hand, so we can still like hard cast a forest, we can still use a counter spell, and then Ensnaring Bridge is still active that way. So we have, I'll talk about Jace the Mind Sculptor first. Obviously, Jace the Mind Sculptor is a very powerful card. For the most part, in this deck, if we have Ensnaring Bridge and we're hiding behind one and our opponent's creatures, we'll probably be using the +2 more than anything. Maybe the -1 if we need to bounce something. The 0 obviously is going to put a lot of cards in our hand over the course of time. We'll be drawing at least 2 cards a turn with this and our draw step. If we have a Jace Bellerin as well, that's 3 cards a turn we're actually drawing. So the 0 is generally very rarely going to be used, I think, unless we're in a very advantageous board state. It could be possible to have something like a Cyclonic Rift in here or an Aetherize or whatever, so we can make sure we keep our opponent's threats managed. Some type of bounce spell or whatnot, like an Evacuation or Washout, whatever it may be. But this is our first real Jace the Mind Sculptor. Actually, I think it's, aside from Vince Raj, this is really our only real Jace Planeswalker. Alright, so we have Jace Architect of Thoughts. This one's actually pretty interesting. With Ensnaring Bridge, if we have 1 card in hand, any of our opponent's creatures, 1x creatures, can actually attack, but with this one, it's a triggered ability, so even though they can be declared as attackers, they'll get -1/-0, which means they won't be able to attack us for any damage or whatnot, which helps keep our Jaces safe under Ensnaring Bridge. It also means we can actually keep some number of cards in hand and still not have to worry. Like if our opponent has 2 or 3 creatures, they have like 2 power or whatnot, we have 2 cards in hand. We can make it so they all have 1 power when they attack, which means our Jaces won't take as much damage, we won't take as much damage. So it's not particularly a hard lock, but it's going to be close to, it's going to be a fairly decent lock going down. The -2 is reveal the top 3 cards of your library, and opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile in your hand, the other bottom of your library in your order. Kind of like a mini Fact or Fiction. Naturally, just digging 3 cards deep isn't great, but I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's a good way to dig down to whatever we may need, whether it be Ensnaring Bridge, a Force of Will if we're against combo, things of that nature. It's just a decent way to just get some card advantage going when we're ready to get it going, naturally. And then -8 for each player. Search that player's library for an online card, exile it. That player shuffles their library. You may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. It's going to be really good against like Sneak and Show. It's going to be really good against, I mean, it's going to be fine against Check Pile. Like, it'll be fine against Grixis Delver if we can go get Gurmag Angler or whatnot. Or like Young Pyromancer, start casting spells and chaining tokens so we can actually get under our own Ensnaring Bridge and close out a game like that if we have to. So this one should be quite interesting. I'm actually pretty excited about that. I mean, there is actually a potential of using this to get like Tendrils out of a Storm player's deck if we can, buy enough time in the game. 4 Force Wills. Naturally, it's blue deck. Generally, you want to be able to answer the turn 1 combo. So Force of Will is here, so we don't just die without being able to play a land. Pair of Jace Memory Adept. So this one, like, again, we're mono blue. We're mostly on Jaces. We're trying to lock down combat. We're gonna probably be roughly on the mill plan every time. Jace Memory Adept 0. Just target player puts top 10 cards in his or her library and his or her graveyard. When you card advantage, we +1, draw a card, and mill a card from our opponent. And -7, any number of target players each draws 20 cards. It's a great way to, once you've dumped a bunch of your opponent's cards into the graveyard, you can then just make them draw too many cards. Naturally, this and this ultimate are very good together as well. Misdirection. So Abrupt Decay is the thing. A lot of removal is a thing and whatnot. So Misdirection's here just as a way for us to fight an Abrupt Decay. If they're trying to counter one of our Jaces, Misdirection can be like a 5th force. What you do is you cast Misdirection, make their counterspell target your Misdirection. Misdirection will resolve, and then because Misdirection has resolved and the target of their counterspell is now Misdirection, their counterspell will fizzle, so it can help you in a counter war on the stack as well. So I mean, it's a cute little add-in. This probably wouldn't stay for this probably wouldn't stay in general if I actually tried to make this a little more competitive. But we're just trying to have fun here, so we're trying the misdirection main board and a misdirection sideboard. We got two misdirections here. Should be a lot of fun. Got two more Hydroblasts. Card for again, like it's great against like Pyroblast, it's great against Kolaghan's Command, it's decent against Burn. 1 mana just counter or destroy any burn card pretty much. So that's gonna be very relevant when if we have to worry about something like a Sulfuric Vortex and whatnot, Eidolon, the Great Revel, things of that nature. 4 Tundras to fetch up. We do have 6 fetch lands. That might not be enough to support the white splash that we have here. We have 4 Tundras to fetch up. We have 4 Leyline of Sanctity. So just if we have an opening hand, we can begin with it on the battlefield and it gives us hexproof. Real good against Burn, good against Storm, decent against Belcher. It's pretty generally pretty decent in a lot of the matchups. We're going to look for it. And for Humility, again, it's going to be for like Sneak and Show. It's going to be for like creature decks, like it's decent against Elves, stuff like that. So it's all creatures lose abilities and have base power toughness from 1/1. There's another little bit of a combination in this deck. The Humility is paired with Jace Architect of Thought to make sure our opponent can never really beat us in combat, because their creatures all be 1/1s and no abilities, and Jace Architect of Thought allows us to make it so when their creatures attack, they get -1/-0. So every attacking creature our opponent controls with those 2 cards in play will be a 0/1. So attacking us with 0/1 essentially plants, not really a great place to be. So that's what we're trying out this week. Something kind of silly I put together last week real quick. I talked about at the end of my stream on Sunday. A few of those suggestions were propaganda. Propaganda doesn't protect planeswalkers, so I decided not to go with that. Suggestions then since then, which I did think originally, but decided not to go with. Back to basics. This also could easily become a Chalice in the Void deck. We have a lot of Jaces and card advantage, so we could easily just drop Rainstorms, have Chalice of the Voids to make sure that we can actually use the Jaces for our card advantage, use Chalice of the Voids to lock down the spells a little bit. So yeah, next time we play this, it might be like this might be 4 Chalice of the Voids, 2 Hydroblasts, and like maybe the 2 Oath of Jace will become back to basics. The 4 Ensnared Bridge will probably end up staying, maybe become War Attacks, just because that would really, make it so our opponent can never attack us, especially once we get several Jaces down. For anyone that doesn't know what War Attacks is, an enchantment for, I believe it's Tuna Blue, and it has X blue. This turn, creatures can't attack unless their controller pays X for each attacking creature. So that could be a real good way, combined with Back to Basics, to make sure our opponent has to tap down, and they can't untap, which means they won't be able to keep paying for War Attacks. If they only have like 1 available mana a turn, we just make a War Attack for 2. It only costs us 3 mana a turn, and it ends up making it so we're safe from combat. So our Jaces can actually just draw us all the cards and get plenty of card advantage for us. That's a possibility of where the deck's going to end up going. But we're going to try it out just like this for now. This should be a lot of fun. Again, we're not here to win. We're looking to have fun. There's probably going to be some misplays. This is a very weird build. I've never played anything particularly exactly like this. So we're going to go to our first match and see how this goes. Yeah. I hope everyone's having a good week and a good day. I know I'm definitely looking forward to this tonight. It should be a lot of fun. I should probably grab a water. Oh, hey, look. Match started. Should probably grab a water and a soda. Alright, so I lost a die roll. Wow, this is really big. We're going to get rid of the chat here because I don't particularly care what my opponent has to say. We are on the draw, so the 10 is fairly tempting to keep. I would love to have a Chrome Mox that we can imprint something on. So, yeah, I don't... Like, any mana source allows us to play our Ensnaring Bridge. It's not a blue mana source, we're in deep crap, so I think we just have to mulligan this. This is... Oh, no. Oh, no! I click keep. Oh, crap. Well, we have 10 islands, 6 fetches, and 4 Chrome Mox that can all be blue sources for us, so... Let's just hope for the best here, I guess. That sucked. Oh, look, island. There we go. We're not so bad off. I'm going to start with just island and pass. We don't want to give away too much right off the bat, so we're going to keep this Ancient Tomb, Ensnaring Bridge, and all this in our hand. Alright, so opponent's on Misty's Verdance. Very good chance it's check pile we're looking at. Fetching island. Maybe food chain with basics. Yeah, I can't picture we go island and they're fetching anything but basics for any other reason. We'll respond to the Baleful Strictures with a brainstorm. Oh, I see what you need, yeah. How is that for resizing? Okay, we have plenty of islands now, so that's good. I'm going to put back, let's see. So we're clearly not casting a 3-mana out of Jace. We could cast a Oath of Jace, though. So I'm just going to put back 2 islands for now. Okay, they have a Baleful Strix. So we're going to probably save this force basically just for food chain at this point. I don't know if we actually can cast anything else right now. I think I'm just going to start with this Oath of Jace. We're going to see how this goes. Hey, what's up? Nate, how you doing? Alright, so we're going to draw 3 cards and discard 2. We know at least have a couple lands on top we don't particularly need. I like this. This looks good. I don't think I need to keep a fetch here. So I'm going to discard a fetch. I'm going to go with that. And we'll just pass the turn. So all I've seen, we just got a couple of fetches. We have Ancient Tombs, Oath of Jace, Island. So our opponent's likely very confused at this point. I'll be a Game Excited at least until 7 if you're asking me. If you're asking Connor, I could not answer that for you. So Connor, speak up. Okay, so our opponent... Oh no, this is still our turn somehow. That's weird. Oh, our opponent wasn't passing priority. Okay, that's why we got stuck. So our opponent cast a Brainstorm. Connor fled to main. Oh, okay, yeah, so you were asking me. Yeah, I'll be there at least till 7 working. I may or may not be playing Legacy. Most likely not. Yeah, so I think we're looking at food chain here. I don't think there's any other deck that would fetch out Basic Island, Basic Swamp, and then just go from there. Deathrite Shaman. I think we care about Deathrite Shaman. So we're going to try and counter that. I'm going to exile... maybe don't care about that. Do we? Deathrite Shaman's fast enough is the thing. Yeah, we do care about that, I think. We're going to get rid of Jace Bellerin. So they had a second Deathrite Shaman, so okay. So we don't have to fight down 1 Deathrite Shaman, we don't have to fight down 2, so that's nice. Baleful Strix is not going to be relevant when we get a Jace Architect of Thought at some point, so that's decent. Okay, yeah, there's no Scry, because there's no Planeswalkers in play. We don't need to put this Ensnaring Bridge in play, because it actually doesn't do anything yet. I don't currently have a way to counter if they have Food Chain, so I think I have to leave up for Counterspell. So I'm going to wait. Jace Memory Adept is a very fast clock as far as mill goes, because the zeros put 10 cards on Library into the graveyard. So that's why we have Memory Adept. That may not be correct and whatnot, but I like Jace Memory Adept. He's pretty sweet. I always wanted to find something that he can do. And there's only 2 of, it's mostly just there because it's another Jace. Okay. You smell decay from the opponent? Yeah, definitely a good chance that there's a decay in their hand. Another Deathrite Shaman. Wow. That's a lot of Deathrites. I think at this point we're only trying to counter Food Chain, though. I feel like they have to have Food Chain with what they've done so far. I highly doubt this is a check pile. They definitely would have done something else, and they'd probably have at least a red source by now. Okay. So they took our Flood Strand out of our graveyard. Alright, so Deathrites are actually problematic for Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Shardless Agent. Okay. Well, we're not going to do anything with the Shardless Agent. Okay, we can't really do anything with the Abrupt Decay either. So, yeah, that's going to resolve. They did Brainstorm, so there's a good chance they did set up the Shardless into Decay. I didn't see if any other cards were really revealed. Okay, so that's a little frustrating. I guess we didn't put a bunch of Jaces into our deck to just draw not Jaces, so I guess it makes sense. So right now we can make 6 mana. We can actually play Ensnare Bridge and a Jace Beleren. Jace Beleren isn't very good right now because that would just put us to 4 cards in hand. He would go up to 5. He's easily going to take 1, 2, 3. I guess it could cause the Death Rites to have to attack. But then again, we don't have any type of defense, so I don't think we can do that. I think here we do want to play Prince Prodigy. Okay. I guess if we're not going to have anything anyway, maybe it just didn't matter. Yeah, we'll just do that. And we'll play Ensnare Bridge, why not? Keep up a blue. They might think we have something. Them only having 2 cards in hand, there's a decent chance that they don't just have combo anyway. Another Delta. Okay, so they got a lot of land. Okay. Yeah, I'll take 3. That's fine. Clearly not going to block. In before Leovold? Yeah. Luckily, even if they play Leovold, I can just on their turn, like, use my Jace on their upkeep or whatnot. And they have another Abrupt Decay. Okay, that's pretty lucky. That's pretty good. They're finding their cards very well. At least we still have Ensnare Bridge, so if we can dump a little bit of our hand here, we're pretty good. Look at that. Bloodstrand. I mean, double Deathrite, it's plenty of spells. We're gonna take 4 in a turn. And they have at least 4 next turn. Yeah, we're just dead here. Unfortunately, them having triple Deathrite into double Abrupt Decay was just a little too good. I don't know if we could have really particularly beaten that anyway. So let's see. I don't particularly want Misdirection in this match. I don't really have much that I can bring in, in all honesty. Like, Humilities are probably something. Keeps their creatures real bad, in which case we'd want to board into Tundras as well. I don't know if... Like, Leylines are okay if they're on, like, the... They're okay if they try to combo, if this is, in fact, Food Chain. They try to combo and... means they can't really shoot us. I'm going to try it. So that'll bring us up to 22 lands if I board out 2 islands. Hydroblast don't seem good at all here. And Snare Bridges didn't seem very good there. I don't think they're going to be that relevant with all the 1/1s and 2/2s. And we also have like the Humility, like Jace now. Like that with Deathrite. I'm tempted to take out Jace from his Prodigy. Yeah, I have no idea what to do with this deck. This is very new to me. Humility matchup? Yeah, we're going to try Humility. If this is in fact Food Chain, like Mishal Griffins will just be 1/1s. Walking Blisses won't have the shoot you ability. They will still come into play with counter, so actually for how many counters they have, they'll still be bigger. So Walking Blisses would be an issue. I don't know. Jace Memory App probably just bad. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. It's just bad. Kind of time to drop Oath of Jace because they're just gonna have like. Seems like they're just gonna have ways to just kill it. So I don't think we really want to keep it. Oh, Jace Belleren's not great here either. I'm gonna try an Oath of Jace on Jace Belleren. We're gonna try that. Should be interesting. All right. Like trying to board with the deck like it's a real deck. So we got the ability to get at least 2 Tundras out. They're not gonna have the ability to wasteland us because if they are in fact Food Chain. Jace Brown's a little awkward if they end up with an Abrupt Decay or whatnot because they'll just come to play and die. But I think I just have to keep those. So yeah, I'm just gonna try this. Okay. I mean, this will give us the ability to cast like all of our Humilities. Give us the ability to cast anything we draw at least. So I think I just have to keep this hand. Again, I'm not particularly excited about it, but seems better than a lot of hands we could draw post board. Alright, so they're suspending Ancestral, so they are shardless. They are not actually Food Chain. Considering all the stuff we see, I'm not sure we would have been able to tell that, but that's fine. So this is Shardless Bug. those two basics threw me off a little bit on that. I guess there's a decent amount of Moon Stompy in these leagues from what I've experienced, so it makes sense to have multiple basics. It's like Leyline's actually not terrible here then. It'll keep us safe from discard, it'll keep us safe from like Liliana Ultimate, stuff like that. I am going to counter this Deathrite Shaman because Deathrite Shaman is a pain in my rear. Hate on the Deathrite Shaman like it's my job. That's all I'm going to do. Alright, so we're going to try to jam this Jace Architect of Thought, and we're going to start by taking down thought Charles would just play Forest, Swamp to play the ATKs. I mean, it makes sense to have at least an island too, but a lot of their relevant cards are islands. So I have a Jace Beleren. I kind of just want cards here. I'm not sure Jace Beleren probably is great. So I think I'm gonna keep Beleren Force because it gives us the ability to force something, and then we still have a Beleren to cast. So we're gonna do that. Unfortunately, with this ley line, we're not gonna be able to We're not gonna be able. If we draw a misdirection, which I think actually I boarded out. I was gonna say if we draw a misdirection, we won't be able to target ourselves with it. So that's unfortunate. Termagurf. I probably should have countered that actually. I'm really bad. Oh, hey, look, humility. Sweet. So, there's humility in play, and there's Jace taken up. Combat is not a thing for them. So now we can actually save this force blue card for one of their planeswalkers. Alright, so the Cracking Misty Raid for us. So we can counter a planeswalker, we can counter something like a Maelstrom Pulse on Leyline, or Maelstrom Pulse on Humility. Yeah, I got rewarded for this really weird keep and whatnot. So this is Chase the Mind Sculptor. Alurin. Okay, that's what we're playing against. Do I care about Alurin is the real question. Maybe I do. I don't particularly want them to have Alurin. I don't get any benefit from it being in play. So yeah, the Tarmogoyf really threw me. I'm so confused right now. They have Alurin as well. It's like a Shardless Alurin bug. I don't know if that's actually a thing though. So I drew another Jace Architect of Thought. I'm tempted to minus this Jace again, and then just jam another one. So I think. Yeah, because we're not on Snaring Bridge, so we just want as many cards as possible. So we're just going to do that. I think it was like land Chrome Mox, we might just take that. Yeah. I think I want the land Chrome Mox, honestly. Boy. So now I can actually play both Jaces if I want here. Alright, so we're going to play that. Jace to keep. We're going to keep this one. We're going to take that one up immediately so I don't forget to do that because I'm really bad at not forgetting to do those things. I'm going to play a Chrome Mox. Okay. I'm going to exile this other Leyline. And I'm going to play a Jace Beleren. I'm going to minus at first, targeting us so we draw a card. And it's another Humility. Sweet. Both Jaces seems pretty hot. Yeah, it is definitely seems good. So I think their Ancestral Vision's coming off suspend now, so they should be able to target themselves. Yeah, so they got the targeting themselves. So it might have been correct to just take the Force. I actually forgot they had Ancestral Visions. I should really pay closer attention to that stuff. But at this point, like, they can't combo off and kill us. Their creatures are useless with these two cards in play. Yeah, so they scoop because they realize that that's pretty much the hard lock. So yeah, I'm really. Oh, we do still have Misdirection in here too. I'm really a fan of like this board plan. Honestly, this seems actually really good. I think I want the Oath of Jace, honestly, and I probably don't want the second Beleren. I think that's where I'm at, right? I've probably boarded enough Jace where Oath of Jace isn't that great. So maybe I don't want Oath of Jace. Maybe I just want more Jace Beleren. What does this Jace do again? Yeah, I think I just want a couple barrel. I think I just want all the Belerens, no Oath of Jace. If I can just click them properly, we can get that going and be all set. I think we do want the Misdirections, interestingly enough. I think the Misdirections are actually relevant because they're playing like all the Death Rights. They have Abrupt Decay and whatnot. they may have Maelstrom Pulse, so if we can misdirect something to theirs, that seems like it'd be pretty good value. This hand's actually, I like this hand a lot. It's a little awkward. We have a lot of very live draws with all the mana we have here. I'm going to keep this again. We're going to put this in play. Okay. Green. So this could be a Deathrite Shaman. Could be something else. Yeah, it's probably Deathrite Shaman. Just like I figured. Humility will also shut down Deathrite Shaman real nice. We will need to draw like another fetch land or Tundra or something to get the Humility online and active. So we're just going to play this Flood Strain and pass. So that was actually pretty sweet. I didn't realize we were against Alurin. So it's like, I didn't realize Alurin was jamming the Ancestral Visions. So that's pretty good to know. So my opponent tries to just Maelstrom Pulse our Leyline. We'll have misdirection. Tarmogoyf's unfortunate. If we can get a Humility in play, we'll be good. If I can top deck like another Leyline, I can just next turn just Chrome Mox, exile Leyline, play Ancient Tomb, and drop a Humility. Okay, yeah, your Deathrite's going to punch us. That's fine. Another Chrome Mox, not quite what we needed, but we'll play this Ancient Tomb anyway. And at this point, we're just going to hold this up. Tarmogoyf being a 1-2 isn't particularly bad either here. Hoping to get the blowout with the misdirection on like something they cast. Hit one of their creatures. It'd be nice if they played like a second Deathrite or second Goyf and tried to like Maelstrom Pulse. That'd be pretty sweet. I'd love a second blue source so we can cast this counterspell, but that's not really a big deal. This deck is so weird. Hey, now the Tarmogoyf's a 0-1 because they exiled the land. We're not going to fetch. We're not going to give them the satisfaction. That's what we're not going to do. Alright, we got Cavern Harpy. Sure, yeah, that's fine. Turn a blue or black card. So they're going to return Deathrite, probably recast that. So they're just trying to get on the beatdown plan, I guess, is what they're doing here. That's pretty adorable. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So they should attack us with their Tarmogoyf. It's value, is what that is. This game's just gotten kind of silly. There's a Tundra, so now we have a Humility. Tundra. So now we make their life pretty miserable. Okay. I mean, they're actually, I guess technically this gives their Tarmogoyf A power, so on this board, awkwardly, that's not great, but, yeah. I guess their Tarmogoyf would have had power anyways, because we did fetch, but, yeah, that was something to think about there. Yeah, another Humility. That doesn't do much right now, so we're just going to pass. We'll likely end up imprinting it with the Chrome Mox or whatnot. Yeah, this game got really weird. What are you doing? Alurin? Do I care about that? I don't think I do. No, that's fine. I can have this one. We draw like a Jace Prodigy, which I believe we still have in there. We can flash it in and return at some point. I'd love to draw Jace Architect of Thought here, because we definitely need to stop this from happening. No, it's another island. What do we got? 4 damage at a time? Well, let's see if they have anything that they get to do at the end of our turn. They do have 2 cards in the end. They're creatures, they can cast them. It's made for a real awkward game. Not gonna lie. Okay, yeah. Come on. You gotta draw Jace Architect Thought, please. One time. Okay, or upkeep. They might have effects, I guess. No, it's a Chrome Mox. Why are you a Chrome Mox? Oh, these Chrome Moxes are so bad. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, so we got one more turn to draw a Jace. If we don't draw Jace, we are just dead. Alright. Nope, another Ancient Tomb, they got it. Well, we drew tough, so we lost that one. That's unfortunate, but even countering the Tarmogoyf like I had originally thought, oh no, I should have done that. It wouldn't have mattered there. I guess it would have been like 3 more turns, but that's not really relevant. Just playing a weird deck, so we're going to try it out. Continue trying it out. Let's see here. So yeah, here's the deck we're playing. Jace Stompy. Yeah, at least now we know. At least now I know a little bit more what I'm doing. So we have the 4 Jace Architect of Thoughts, what we're really drawing toward that last game. I mean, even any Jace really. It might have been like basically a fog. it could have ended up being a, it could have ended up taking an attack from our opponent's creature. So I think Jace would have been okay there. Jace drawing us a card as well would possibly draw us into like Architectural Thought, which would have been nice. But oh well. This hand is real bad. Definitely need another land or two. Yeah, now we don't have to concede at 4-0. That's very true. So I might have to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this. I would love to keep it. It had like most of the right pieces. This hand's not great, but I don't know if I can mulligan this hand. You can turn one of Jace Prodigy, which is nice. We are on the draw, and we do have a scry, so I'm gonna try this. We do have a force. Okay, there's an island. That's pretty good. I think we want the island, right? Yeah, we need the second blue source, so we're gonna keep that on top. Ugh, this is a pretty interesting pile, I'm not gonna lie. My opponent, they have a stop on their upkeep. Okay, that's interesting. Why would my opponent have a stop on their upkeep? Deathrite Shaman. Considering how much that card annoys me, I'm tempted to just snap force it. Getting rid of Architect of Thought. And exiling Architect of Thought probably is going to confuse our opponent, which is great. They have Bayou, so they're probably not going to have stuff like Daze. Alright. So yeah, that's a little... This Chrome Mox just got a lot worse. Alright, we're just going to play Island. Say go. Real question is, do we exile the Jace and the Force? We'll never mind. Yeah, we'll never mind, I guess. Alright, Ponder. So I'm leaning towards this is going to be check pile, Deathrite and Ponder. It could be another like Aloran or Food Chain or whatnot, but more likely to be check pile. We'll find out. Apparently my opponent is a mad lame guy. Alright, another Deathrite. So we're never going to get this Jace active, most likely. So that's been really frustrating. We've been playing against a lot of Deathrites. Get to eat our graveyard up, and we're never going to get Jace active, basically. So Vryn's Prodigy is definitely going to be unperforming, I believe, if we keep having matchups like this. So we got for graveyards here. Alright, black mana. I have to assume this is going to be a Fatal Push. Okay, yeah, that's Fatal Push. Cool. Yeah, 2 lands, Chrome Mox. His hand's really... Drawing more lands has been rough. I mean, it's only turn 3, and they only have this going, so it's not the worst, but we gotta hope to not keep drawing a bunch of lands. So yeah, that's the thing. Well, I mean, next turn we have any of our Jaces active, if we can actually resolve one. Yeah, they're probably gonna eat the Force of Will here. We're taking 2. Yeah, seeing as though they had a second Deathrite, forcing the first might not have been that relevant. Might have just been better to just keep the Jace. Could have like turn 2'd it. Okay. So they're fetching. Volcanic Island, yeah, we're definitely looking at pretty positive we're looking at check pile at this point. I only have 3 cards in there. Obviously, I don't know what they're doing exactly. They're obviously struggling a bit. It's possibly shouldn't have played that Ancient Tomb first, but my initial instinct is going to be this Jace Bellman is going to get countered regardless of what we do, so can't picture this any way my opponent doesn't have any type of interaction, even if it's just Abrupt Decay. Okay. I'm going to minus and target myself to draw a card. I don't particularly want to give my opponent any type of card advantage at the moment while they're essentially up on board. So we're just going to do that. I have to assume they're going to eat another spell from their graveyard this time. They may or may not eat our Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Just keep our graveyard empty, but we will see what happens. They have Snapcaster Mage, most likely into Brainstorm, so our Jace is definitely going to eat it this turn. Okay. Yeah, our Jace definitely takes 2 right here. That's unfortunate. Yeah, my top deck's been real bad. Scried 1 island on top and I've drawn 2 cents. That's just been kind of brutal. At least we're starting to draw a little bit of gas. Like, we have our mana set up. They haven't really done much. We're starting to draw some gas, so hopefully we can make something happen from here. We'll have to see how this goes. Jace is probably going to be gone, right? Maybe they just don't. Yeah, Jace is gone. So maybe they just don't care because, like, if Jace starts checking out, they also draw cards. But yeah, they clearly care. All right, what do we got going here? So Jace is just brainstorming. Like, in this next turn, we get to cast Oath of Jace, which gives us the potential to do more. So that's good. They have their own Jace Prince Prodigy. How rude. I wanted a Jace Prince Prodigy. Apparently, I don't get one. They get one, though. That's so cruel. Alright, I'm going to cast this Oath of Jace. See if we can't draw something relevant. This is like 2 very easy pitches, most likely. They had a force there. That would have been real sad. Yeah. Hydroblast isn't bad. I guess K-Command's probably not really that relevant anyway, though. So I'm going to pitch the Chrome Mox and the Ancient Tomb. I'm not really particularly a fan of those 2 cards at the moment. I'm going to cast Brainstorm, then probably just play this island. The Jace Stompy Mirror, that'd be hilarious. Something tells me their version's a little better than my version. Actually, this would have been where Jace's Defeat would have been real good. If we had 2 mana up, of course. Jace's Defeat would have been really good. Alright, so we can get our own Jace the Mind Sculptor next turn, so that's nice. We have not played a land, so I'm probably gonna... So protect Jace the Mind Sculptor, I'm gonna put that back on top. Play this island, and then go. So now we have Force, and if it's somehow awkwardly, strangely relevant, we have Hydroblast. So if they do end up like trying to hit us with something like K-Command, we do have Hydroblast for that. I don't think that's particularly going to be where it's relevant, but, you know. They didn't respond to their Jace by cracking this, so they won't be able to flip it this turn, which is nice. Jesus. Jace's Defeat would have been quite interesting here. Our Jace is not nearly as good as their Jace, unfortunately. Mostly just because, like, Snapcaster Mage, Deathrite, you know, they have the ability to really ruin our day by killing our Jace off instantly. I'll probably Jace +2, target myself to bottom that Chrome Mox if we do resolve the Jace. We'll see what happens on that, though. Okay, no blockers. We don't have blockers. Thank you for offering anyways, MTGO. I appreciate that. I think in a turn I'm probably going to Brainstorm here. Yeah, no. No! You do not get a Leovold. Unless you have a Force of Will yourself, then you probably get a Leovold, because I don't think I can counter that. What did I pitch? Hydroblast? Oh, that's going to be awkward if they have Pyroblast here. It's got to be a sideboard card, though. I can't picture their main boarding Pyroblast. Are they main boarding Pyroblast? Does anyone know that? Have an answer for that for me? That has to be a post-board card. I think we probably just exiled the Hydroblast there. Probably like, what the hell is going on here? I guess if they have a second Leovold, they can also just cast that. I'm going to cast this Brainstorm on a turn. Check out my top again. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I have 6 mana available. So I can cast both Jaces here. Which means if I had to, I can actually block with this Jace to keep my bigger Jace alive. Which is actually kind of cute. Okay. Alright, well, let's try Jace the Mind Sculptor, see how that works. We're just going to Pyroblasted here. We have the real sad face. And we might cry a little bit. Probably definitely cry a little bit. I'm actually going to play this Jace before I do anything else, because I want to see if I'm going to potentially have a blocker if I feel I need it. If I feel I need the blocker for like the Deathrite, I'm going to probably just let the Jace 0. Let's see. So they can potentially... I guess they have bolts too, so I kind of have to tick up here. I'm going to tick up target myself. I know the next card down is Chrome Mox, which I really don't want, so that's going to go on the bottom. It's going to make sure I click slowly so I don't accidentally not put it on bottom. Alright, so we're going to start this race. Dueling Jaces. They also have Abrupt Decays, and they have Deathrite, Bolt, K-Command. Excuse me, all that, so we're probably losing this race. Deathrite Shaman's obviously real tough. Lightning Bolt's tough as well. What are they targeting with Lightning Bolt? It's targeting me, I'm guessing. That's probably going to go at the Jace. So there's a good chance we may end up having to block, even though we don't particularly want to. Okay, no, we're going down to 5. So I'm assuming this is going to hit us. They have K command or something. We're just dead. Of course, we pitched the Hydro. I pitched the Hydro Blast already. All right, their Jace is going to flip. I wonder if they'll mine it. They'll plus target my Jace. I guess they can also just hit the Lightning Bolt, and then, yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, they got that. Well, your deck functioned. Good for you. So we want the Hydro Blast for sure. I don't think we want the Misdirections. We might, though. I think I'm fine trimming a Force of Will. I kind of want to do similar to what we did that last match. I kind of want to go back on this plan. It's like shutting down Leovold, shutting down their bolts, their K commands to hit us and whatnot. Like, all that seems pretty good. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to do this, but instead of the counterspells, we're just going to have the Hydro Blasts. Snag Bridge is not great when they are running K command and whatnot, so we're going to drop that. I'm not a fan of... What was it? Oh, I already cut the Jace memory ups. So I have to trim 5 more cards. They have Death Rights, so Jace's Prodigy is not great. I'm going to trim those. And then I'm going to do the double Oath of Jace and... Oh yeah, 2 islands is what last time, so we're going to do the... We'll keep a Jace Prince Prodigy in case it's relevant. I guess it's still a creature at the beginning, so that's actually probably not that relevant. We're going to keep an Oath of Jace. Sorry, I think really fast. I think and talk way too fast sometimes. I think I like this. We're going to try this. A lot of Trek Pile decks aren't particularly on Wastelands, so we should be safe with our Tundras. I want to keep this hand, but it's real bad because the Leyline is the only thing that's going for it. This hand's a little better. It's got Brainstorm, it's got Humility. Yeah, Lawrence, this is the memes. We actually had a decent game against Food Chain. We actually locked him out with Humility, Leyline, and Jace, Architect of Thought. So that was pretty sweet. We didn't realize they were learning at first. All I saw game 1 was like a pair of Abrupt Ks, 3 Deathrite Shamans, and a Shardless Agent. That was all we saw game 1 against them. And it turns out they were learned. We got him game 2 with the lockdown, and then game 3 was like we didn't draw anything at all, and they just we ended up with like Leyline, Humility, and I'm gonna put that on top. We are against Trek Pile, so that could be very relevant. Yeah, we have all blue cards, so we definitely want the Hydro Blast. So yeah, I guess Allura in game 3 we got Humility, Leyline down, but we could not find a signal card to do anything with. So that was unfortunate, but Twitch keeps freezing for you. Hard to do. Oh yeah, I'll see you later, man. Thanks. I'll make sure to like go back through my matches and post some fun screenshots and whatnot. Especially that learned matchup because that was actually really funny. It was very funny. And now we're leading off with a Tundra, so I'm sure my opponent's even more confused with what the hell's going on. I hope everyone's being entertained and having fun. I know I'm certainly having fun and being entertained by this matchup. This deck is a lot of just hilarity, really. Badlands. I'm assuming we're getting Thought Seized here. He's likely gonna... No, it's just a Deathrite. Okay, we don't particularly care about that. We have this Humility. I'm not gonna Brainstorm instead. I'm just gonna draw this Hydro Blast. I'm gonna play a basic island and just basically say go. End of their turn, I'll likely Brainstorm though. So when we draw, we could try to jam a Humility next turn. It's possible I should have played the Tundra if we're trying to jam Humility next turn though. I definitely gotta slow down and think of things before I do them. It's a constant lesson I'm learning the hard way every time. Him to Turok, probably? Yeah, okay. We're going to Brainstorm in response to that. We don't particularly want that to resolve. Are they going to force my Brainstorm, or... I'm assuming they're going to force a will this Brainstorm. We will see what happens. Yeah, force a will my Brainstorm, that's not good. So we're going to not be able to fix our top deck, and him's going to like tear our hand apart. So yeah, there goes Humility, our second white source. That's not good. Being stuck with this Chromok sucks, but not much that we can do about that. Yeah, look at that. Second Hydro Blast. So So yeah, I hope they don't hem us again, because another hem to Tarok would definitely just be way too brutal. They did miss a land drop last turn, which is good to know. Be better to know if we were running Wastelands ourselves. We're going to eat our Tundra. Baleful Strix cannot be countered by Hydroblast, so that's going to resolve. Ugh, man, that hem was real good. Leyline Sanctity is real bad. We do want to cast it, so we're going to need like another white source, but if I can find another white source, I'm definitely going to Chrome Mox, Imprint, Hydroblast, cast Leyline. Yeah, taking damage from Baleful Strix. It's cool. So, like, this Death Right's just like tearing apart both players' graveyards. Leovold is not good for us. We're definitely going to want to get Humility down if we get a Humility in play again, or in our hand. Forcible is just a little bit late, so that's fine. I him to Torok, tore us apart, jeez. This Leovold is definitely not good for us. It's possible I should have kept some number of counterspells and dropped some number of Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox is actually awkward against stuff like K-Command, so there's another Chrome Mox just in time, so. Yeah, man, that was another brutal game. Alrighty. Let's get punched real hard by Leopold for a bit. Okay. So Brainstorm into like Humility Leyline would be real good. Or just Brainstorm into like Land Humility. So I would definitely imprint this Leyline just to cast Humility. I think we're at that point in the game, roughly. Misdirection does not do anything for us right now. Jesus. Brutal. So they're not taking cards out of their graveyard? They didn't use their Death Right into my turn. I don't know if there was a particular reason for that. Maybe they just don't care at this point because they're so far ahead that they're just holding up their Death Right for like hard cast force if they need to. I don't think that would be the case, though. That doesn't make sense. And if they had just used Death Right there, they could have. We'd be at 3, so we'd be at technically 1. That would shut off all our fetch lands. So yeah, I don't know why they used Death Right in a turn. Who knows? Who knows what's going on here? Alright, Death Right is now going to eat a card from their graveyard. A little bit late, but they obviously have a reason. Lightning Bolt. I'm going to misdirect that, pitching a Hydroblast. I'm going to make them target their Death Right, I think. Or I'll make them target their Leovold. I probably don't really want their Leovold to be in play. Okay. So they have a red elemental blast, so we're going to counter that. They have another red elemental blast, we're just screwed. Okay. Target Leovold, it's your own spell, so you don't get to draw. Haha. Go to hell, screw you. Alright, so that almost lost a turn. So yeah. Because life is so good. Not really. We're going to have to play this Jace, bouncing their Death Right so we don't just basically die next turn, I think is what has to happen here. Oh boy, what a meme. Okay, Death Right goes away. So we're not just dead next turn. And yeah, gotta hope for some good stuff off the top. They have like Snapcaster Mage or another Elemental Blast or a Lightning Bolt. We're just dead here anyway. But yeah. K-Command. K-Command would do it. This is come on, this is a Kolaghan's command, just use it, it's okay. Doesn't matter what mode you pick, just as long as one of them's shock. Okay, yeah, good for you. You got it. So that was brutal. Draws were pretty bad. We have like all the card advantage in the world with the Jace and with all the Jaces. Just couldn't seem to find anything. So that was a little brutal. Like I said, I don't plan on this. This deck's been fun so far. I'm not complaining about that at all. You know, that was definitely a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun when we find all our Jaces. And I'm actually leaning towards so originally, so for a little bit I was playing a blue-white stacks deck that had 4 humility, 4 Jace, Architect of Thought in the main board. So it was pretty similar to this when you go post board against some decks. And that was a lot of fun. Daryl Ayers. Does Daryl Ayers actually play Magic online? So if he does, then we're definitely in trouble. I would have to assume this is going to be lands we're playing against, because Daryl Ayers is definitely a lands player. Which means this hand is not particularly great. I am not excited for this. I'm not excited for this match at all. Punishing Fire turns out is real good against Jace Stompy. So we're going to need ley lines post board, unfortunately. And humilities are going to be real good against Tiles Tracker and Merit Lage as well. I mean, if Daryl Ayers is definitely on lands online, we're definitely. I mean, there's not any combination of cards main board except like we can get Ensnaring Bridge, I guess, which would be relevant, but there's not particularly a very good combination of cards main board that's going to win us a game against. Hey, look, it's Ensnaring Bridge. Asking you shall receive. So I'm going to do this. Force of Will, I don't like in this matchup, but Hydroblast is terrible as well. So I'm going to actually just. So I'm actually just going to turn 1 a Jace. I don't think we. They definitely can't just get us with the with a Merit Lage with 1 land in play. So we're gonna not Ensnaring Bridge, but that works too. Yeah, I meant to turn 1 Jace. I clicked the wrong card. But yeah, that Wasteland's not very good here. I'm assuming Daryl is very confused at our Hydroblast and Force of Wills being imprinted for Ensnaring Bridge turn 1. So that's a Thespian stage. We already know that. So Daryl's basically on all colorless lands right now, which means he's also very confused. We are going to be drawing into cards though, which is a little awkward when our opponent's on lands. Like this works really well for them finding Life Alone. Works really well for them finding Punishing Fire, stuff like that. Ghost Quarter, so cruel. So I'm going to double fetch here. And then I'm going to tick up Jace because I want to draw relevant cards. And it's another Ancient Tomb. So we can hard cast a Force once here, which is fine. Okay, so there's a Tiger there. Expiration? No. We're going to say no to that card. Exploration with Ghost Quarter, and if they have Loam as well, would be really brutal for us. Alright, so I'm going to Jace tick up first. Then we're going to Brainstorm. So Ancient Tomb and Chrome Mox I don't particularly care much for. We're definitely going to fetch because we don't want to draw that crap again. And we have another Jace to fall back on should anything happen this first one. So I don't know if... I feel like we're not very well prepared for this matchup. But oddly enough, we might actually be okay. Mana Bond could be a problem. Maybe not. I mean, we're not scared of Merit Lage, so there is that. The gamble would definitely be nice to have a Force of Will for, or some type of counter magic. That's where a Hydroblast would actually come in handy really well. Alright, what do they got here? So they have 5 cards in hand, they're going to dump in now. So Dark Depths, Barbarian Ring come into play. They have Loam, Crop Rotation. Alright, so that's not bad actually. Barbarian Ring, is that creature or player? Okay. Huh. Alright, so we're going to take this Jace up. We'll see if he replaces Draw with Dredge. If he's replacing draws with Dredge and whatnot, we might actually just be able to get him. Yeah, so he replaced Draw with Dredge, found 2 Punishing Fires. Still does not have a Grove of Burn Wells, which is very nice. I'm going to play this Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'm going to 0 it. So there's Loam. Oh, nice. We beat There's game 1. Sweet. Tundras are super awkward here. I am very not excited to have Tundras in the deck after that. Hydroblast can counter Punishing Fires. I don't think that's all that relevant. They have punishing. If he has Punishing Fire on us, like Leyline Sanctity is going to be where we pretty much are. We need to be. Misdirections, like, hit a Punishing Fire. That's not really relevant. If we could respond to a Crozen Grip, Misdirection would be much more exciting. But because we can't respond to a Crozen Grip, it's not relevant whatsoever. I am going to drop an Ancient Tomb and an Island here. I want all the blue sources for sure. The Ancient Tombs are, I think, more of a liability. So I'm actually going to drop 2 Ancient Tombs and keep the Island. If we're going to get Ghost Quarter locked as well, probably we'll want as many land sources as possible. Chrome Mox we absolutely need because we're, you know, again, Wasteland and Ghost Quarter lock is going to be a definite thing. Jace Memory Up can actually be a really fast clock for lands. If they're starting to dredge and whatnot, the 0 ability can very quickly basically mill them out. Ensnaring Bridges are obviously a must. I'm sure that my opponent will have something for the Ensnaring Bridges later. Counter spells, I'm going to trim 1 on those. And then, again, Jace Bell... actually. I think Jace Archetype of Thought's actually kind of bad here. I don't picture a world where this is really particularly ever relevant. Like, I guess we can go dig out, like, a Tireless Tracker from our opponent and start drawing cards, but I think that's pretty bad. I don't think that's where we want to be in this matchup. And then I will trim a Jace Bellerin and maybe Jace... I think Frid's Prodigy is probably the worst card out of all the Jaces we have. I think I'll keep 1 and trim up a Jace Bellerin, because each player drawing cards could draw my opponent into, like, stuff like Crozen Grip and whatnot. So I think I want to be a little more wary of that. I mean, this hand has Ensnaring Bridge real early. We will need to find more land. We have a fetch land, so we can fetch out a white source for if and when we can play a Humility or a Leyline. I don't know if this hand does enough early is the problem. Like, if he tries to play an Exploration or tries to, like, Crop Rotate, we have Force. I don't know if this hand's good enough. That's the only bad thing about it. Double Ensnaring Bridge, I think I have to keep. My opponent has to have 2 Crozen Grips if we resolve both, so... And our opponent likely is... It's not very likely our opponent to find 2 Crozen Grips. So our opponent just found a Rishadon Port, so that's... You know, that's going to be a little bit of a problem for us, because we are very sorcery speed. Our whole deck is sorcery speed, basically, except for our counter magic. Another Chrome Mox is not bad. I don't particularly want to use these Chrome Moxes yet, so I'm going to start just on a... I'm just going to start on Island. I don't particularly want to open my Fledge Train to be ported and then wastelanded, possibly. It's not likely my opponent can get that mana, but okay. My opponent had to play a Trickle Thicket, so that's a good sign. So I think we might actually be fairly okay. Next turn, if I can draw a colored spell, I'm going to play Jace the Mind Sculptor. Mox Diamond, yep, you got it. Dark Depths in the Graveyard, okay. Life Alone. Yeah, you can have the Life Alone. Cool. That's fine. Exploration. Yeah, that's getting forced. I don't know if I want to force that, though. Alright, if my opponent's on the Dark Depths plan, we have double Ensnaring Bridge. I think I'm just going to rely on that. There's no Thespian Stage here. There's no way to get a Thespian Stage here, so we're not just going to die like that. Humility is going to be super good if we can get it, if we can get that active. I really want to play this Fledge Strand, but I don't think I can. I think I have to, though. Yeah, I have to. Alright, I'm just going to get a Tundra with this, unfortunately. We're going to play Ensnaring Bridge. Force my opponent to have the Crozen Grip. This at least buys us like another turn, though. So Crop Rotation, Exploration, Grove. They have Loam in hand and 2 other cards, which we know about. So Choke. Okay, that's definitely a Force of Will. So now they have Loam, 1 other card in hand. We now have a Counterspell as well. So if we can get another white card, we can also get a Humility in play. Right now, I'm going to start with just another Ensnaring Bridge. We definitely need a Leyline of Sanctity at some point, because we want to make sure that we can't just get Punishing Fired out of the game. So Loam's going to hit Grove. So now we know 0 cards in their hand. They have 2. We have Counterspell up. Okay, yeah, you port the Tundra, that's cool. Alright, so we got another island. So I'm hoping to get Another white card in hand. So they're going to play Grove Misty this turn. I should have probably included some type of actual graveyard hate in this deck. Like Leyline of the Void or something. But at this point, we've basically... So with Double Ensnaring Bridge, we basically forced my opponent to actually have the Punching Fire kill. So I think right now we're definitely looking for a pair of Leyline of Sanctity. Okay. They can tap Tundra. Alright, fetching with Misty. This is really just to get a land in the graveyard for sure for the Wasteland. Oh, they found double Wasteland, so that's not good. So now we're pretty much off of Tundras right now. So we have to rely on these Crow Boxes for our white mana. It's possible we could have counterspelled that Lifeloam. I just don't think that was really that great against the Lifeloam Wasteland deck. Counterspelling a Lifeloam is just one of the most miserable things ever. Yeah, you can have an island. That's fine. Another Force of Will. Okay. What do we have Force for? Are there actually cards we want our Force of Will to hit, or should we just imprint Chrome Box? I think we imprint. So at this point, Crop Rotation doesn't particularly get there. They already have Double Grove for their Punching Fires and stuff. Crop Rotating into combo doesn't get there because we have Double Ensnaring Bridge out. Why don't we also why not third Ensnaring Bridge? We're just going to be safe against Merit Lage here. There's definitely no way they're going to have 3 answers for Ensnaring Bridge. Alright, that's a Punching Fire, so that is a win condition. So now I need another... So I need to find, White Source, another white card to get a ley line in play. So that might end up being what this comes down to. Alright, so my opponent cycled Tranquil Thicket, actually drew the card. Wasteland we knew about. Wasteland we knew about. They also have Misty in hand. See if they're going to port us most likely. Yeah, it's a port. So a Jace here would actually be nice. Not another Chrome Mox would be amazing. Obviously, white cards would be nice so we can start imprinting and getting Alright, there's one Crows and Grip in the graveyard. Obviously, some white cards would be great to start imprinting to get a Humility in play or a Leyline of Sanctity if we draw one. Obviously, we draw Leyline. We're going to try and get Humility in play first. Or if we draw Leyline, we'll probably try and get Leyline in play first. So we need to shut down Punishing Fire, which is really their only kill right now. Mox Diamond pitching Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter could eventually become a problem on a board like this. There's a White Source. I don't have a Shuffle effect, unfortunately. If they Ghost Quarter us, I'd be able to do that. So I'm going to put back a Chrome Mox and Island. I'm going to hold on to the Tundra until we can play Tundra and Chrome Mox. And then get Leyline in play, hopefully, eventually. I'm not going to play the Humility yet, because right now Humility does pretty much nothing for us. Stage is going to be copy a red source, so they can start punishing firing us. Pouring down an island. We still have 2 blue up for counterspell, so that's fine. We also still have the Force in hand. So if we have to force something, we can. At this point, pretty much, I don't know if there's really much we're going to be trying to force or counterspell here. My opponent's pretty aggressively dredging and whatnot, so still taking draws with the Tranquil Thicket's worth noting. Okay. I was hoping to get Ghost Quartered for the shuffle, but opponent didn't fall for it, so we're going to end up drawing, I believe it was an island on top, if not a Chrome Mox. Yeah, so there's another island, so we'll just play out that island. It's going to pass the turn. We're almost to the point where we can hard cast the Forest, and then still also have Counterspell if we need to. Yeah, so there's going to be some ring buying up Punishing Fires here. So now we're going to start the real slow burn. Opponent has 29 cards left in their deck, so actually we can... They have to keep dredging, we can actually erase that. I'm assuming they're going to start taking draw steps soon. Thespian Stage became another Grove. So I think Leyline has to actually win us the game, unless my opponent has drawn another Crows and Grip. I mean, Tireless Tracker is a pretty good counterspell target. Not that it's all that relevant, but them drawing more cards is actually relevant. Like, it's the actual card draw that I'm concerned with from their deck. Not so much the Tyrus Tracker itself, because Tyrus Tracker is not really going to be able to attack us if it gets big. So yeah, our opponent only having one Punishing Fire is a little bit slower for them. So they can only buy them back one at a time and pick us for one. When you have like multiple Punishing Fires going, that's when you can actually like use like red from Grove, red from another source to buy back two. So you actually end up dealing more damage per Punishing Fire. Definitely need to draw like a Leyline of Sanctity though. So my opponent didn't dredge. I'm assuming my opponent drew Gamble. That's going to go get another Punching Fire most likely. I'm fine countering that. So Leyline. That's sweet. So Chrome Box. Hoping my opponent does not have the Corrosion Grip. My opponent has the Corrosion Grip. That's a little awkward. Tundra. White. Leyline. Alright. So if my opponent doesn't have Corrosion Grip in hand, we just won. If my opponent has a Corrosion Grip in hand, they're going to have to try and draw into one. Which means hopefully we'll have time to get this Punishing Fire. Each one gains life. So it's each opponent. They did have the Corrosion Grip, so that's two Corrosion Grips down. I'm going to have to find another white source because this is easily going to eat a Wasteland. But I do have this one constant white source, so hopefully we'll be good. I did pass without response because we have no responses, so let our opponent do it a little bit quicker. Again, I'm going to F6, that way my opponent can just freely do these things if there are going to be a lot of different things they do. It's really unfortunate we lost our one other white source there. We're going to have to draw some cards though, so that's good. I'm fine with just ticking up here. Chrome Mox is real bad. Like, we have one more Chrome Mox for, like, if we draw another Leyline and white source. So I'm definitely going to need to draw something relevant soon. This Punishing Fire is going to eat away at us. It might actually just be correct to just... Okay, so Daryl is actually going after our Jace. Which actually buys us time, because we're actually just flat out gaining life for all these Punishing Fires. And we're actually, yep, no, there's a couple red sources there. Okay, so we're going to lose our Jace, which is fine, because we just gained 4 life and dodged 1, 2, 3 Punishing Fires. So we are going to take this 4th Punishing Fire to the face, which is fine. So we just saved ourselves like 10 life there. So that's actually perfectly fine. If we keep drawing Planeswalkers, that would be sweet, because I would love to continue to eat up Punishing Fires like that. Again, counterspells, I mean, we're not going to use it on Punishing Fire. We're going to use it on stuff like Tyrus Tracker, Gamble, Crop Rotation if it gets found and whatnot. It's like if I can draw Brainstorm into like White Source Leyline again, I think we're gonna be okay. We've already seen our opponent get rid of 2 Corrosion Grips, so there's a decent chance there either isn't a third, or if there is a third, our opponent's gonna have to dig to find it, which just continues to buy us plenty of turns. So another Mox Diamond, discarding another Dark Depths. Jace the Mind Sculptor is a pretty good top deck. I'm fine with that. Okay. This we're going to 0. I'd love to tick up. I think we just 0 Jace because we definitely want to try and draw into more Leylines. Leylines also protect our Planeswalkers. So there's another Leyline. No other white source, though, is unfortunate. I'm going to pitch a Chrome Mox. And I think I'm going to... So I want this Oath of Jace to dig deeper. I don't have the ability to cast it currently. So maybe I can't pitch Chrome Mox. I think I have to pitch... I'm going to keep... I'll just leave the Oath of Jace. I'm going to pitch a Chrome Mox and... Counterspell, I think, right? So I have to keep this Leyline. I need to find another white source bad. Can I cast this Oath of Jace right now? No. Oh, man, that's rough. Yeah, I'm going to pitch the counterspell. I want to be able to cast the Oath of Jace next turn. This is actually a pretty interesting game. All right, so how many Punishing Fires do we eat here? So opponent can buy back 3 times, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So opponent can buy back 4 times and cast 4 times. Looks like our opponent can buy back 3 times and cast 4. Right? Okay, so I'm going to F6. I'm assuming this Punishing Fire is going to go after Jace. Unless we are low enough our opponent thinks it's worth it to go after us. So I guess between our end step and their turn, they might actually just be able to kill us. I guess it's only 1 per turn, though. Yeah, so actually I don't know if even on our opponent's turn they can even kill us. So we might actually just have this. Right? It's going to be another 2 there, so we're going to go 5. They have to buy it back, we go 6. Yeah, unless our opponent finds another Punishing Fire, I think we're okay. I think we still get 1 more turn. I'm going to F6, because again, we're not going to be responding. They leave my Jace alone. Next turn we can 0. Hopefully be able to also cast Leyline of Sanctity. So 5 down to 3, 4 down to 2, 3 down to 1. I think that's all they have mana for. So 4, then we go, yep, we're at 4. 1 and 1, that's 2. Buyback, that puts us to 3. 1 and 1, that puts us to 1. So if they have 1 more Punishing Fire in hand, they kill us. If they don't have another Punishing Fire in hand, we have another turn. So actually, yeah, our opponent's going after Jace now, because I think my opponent realized that they will not be able to just flat out kill us, which is perfectly fine. That's actually awesome. I don't know what my opponent's doing with that 1 red mana. Could be a gamble, could be, what's this? Crop rotation? Okay, sure. I don't know what my opponent's going to go get. What did my opponent get? My opponent just fell to 5. Oh no, last Chrome with Burn Wills, okay. Okay, so I need to cast Chrome. I need to cast this Oath of Jace. I need to dig. Let's see what we can find here. Okay. Alright, Delta can be another white source. So discard Chrome Mox. I think we just discard both Chrome Mox, right? Because I can. Yeah, I can fetch Tundra and cast hard cast Leyline. So yeah, we got it. We got the Leyline. They need another Croson Grip. We might actually be okay here. Alright, let's see what happens here. Okay, yeah, you buy back a Punishing Fire, and you cannot cast it. Okay. So we're at 5 after fetching. Do they have? Okay, they don't have mana right now. Let's see what happens here. If they have that Croson Grip, we're just dead here. Oh my god, did we just... Are we getting away with it? Are we getting away with this? Am I about to beat Daryl Ayers on lands? I'm going to have to apologize if we beat Daryl Ayers here, because I have no right to win this match at all. I'm going to avoid using the white source. Jace can get us like another Leyline and land or whatnot. I do want to drop another... Okay, so no white source, no Leyline. I'd like a second Leyline to protect us against Croson Grip a bit. I'm probably going to start taking up Jace target my opponent after this. Don't care about the Ancient Tomb because I do not want to ping myself like that. Don't need us... Can't cast Humility right now, so we're just going to say okay. And like I said, if my opponent finds another Croson Grip, we're just dead. So we're going to hope that our opponent doesn't find it in this 1 card draw. We definitely should have Jace ticked up. Tiles Tracker does not matter at all, right? Snaring Bridges out. I don't have to keep... Tiles Tracker, yeah, can draw them cards, so I am going to counter that. I do not want to deal with that. The more cards my opponent can draw, the more likely they are to break free of my of Jace. So scry 1 to the bottom. So we're going to draw the Ancient Tomb. I didn't think of that when actually I did that. So they have Choke. I'm actually fine with them drawing that. I don't care about Choke, but I do care about I don't care about Choke, but I do care about Croson Grip. So I'll actually be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Really sorry about that quick break, folks. I'm back. There is a choke on board. I'm not particularly worried about that. I'm going to brainstorm end of turn. So we actually have at least one blue source, but we don't have to worry about that. Jace Springs Prodigy, my opponent still has Punishing Fire, so I can't really do anything with that. I'm going to want to get rid of this Ancient Tomb, so I'm going to put Humility Ancient Tomb, and I'll scry the Humility at the bottom. Okay. Put on bottom. Yeah, we're just gonna keep taking up Jace. Gonna try and find their Crows and Grips. Put it on bottom. Gamble can find a Crows and Grip, but I can't counter it, so I'm not gonna put that on bottom. That'll actually be fine. Nothing else to do. Go ahead. What was Daryl Ayers' record? Okay, so Daryl Ayers is actually 0-2 as well. Oh, they have Port. That's awkward. Port's going to be real good against my islands with that choke in play. I actually forgot about that. Oh, wow. Brutal. So they have Gamble. We're definitely going to force that. I'm going to have to tap some of this stuff, though. I mean, if they're going to port our islands one at a time, I'm probably just going to go ahead and use my islands. Like, I'd rather actually use my islands to cast a force to counter this Gamble that could find Crows and Grip, rather than have them just port down my islands one after another. Okay. Fluid Delta is going to go to the bottom. Another ley line. Okay, cool. I don't have another white source, though, so that's not relevant at the moment. We're just going to keep ticking up Jace. They can keep the Thespian stage. I'm going to get a... If they want to use Punishing Fire to kill my little Jace, I'm actually fine with that. They can have it. Can't believe we're actually about to beat Daryl Ayers on lands. This game has been really awkward, though. That's been stage 1 subteeth. Okay. Yeah, Punishing Fire hits my Jace. That's fine. I don't particularly care about that. Yeah. So I would not be surprised to see us get ported here. So we're off our last island. Okay. Scry. That can go on bottom. Don't particularly want the fetch lands. Another Humility is not really relevant. Finally, are all our Chromoxes gone? I forgot. Yeah, all our Chromox are gone, so we're not going to get another white source that way. We're just going to keep taking up Jace. We're just going to try and find... Like, we could get very lucky. They could. Yeah, put that on bottom, for sure. And there's the chance they get lucky. They find it, again, with their Windswept Teeth crack, but see what happens. Crop rotation. So my opponent has a shuffle effect that way. What card is my opponent going to get? Can anyone tell what card that got? Doesn't particularly say if something else entered the battlefield. So I'm not sure what that went and did. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, okay. Tap my island with Eurasian Import. Cool. Just gotta hope that the shuffle for my opponent did not find them a Crows and Grip. Okay, so they found another land, it's another port. So we're off islands for the rest of the game, which is fine. At this point, we're not trying to cast spells, really. Okay, yeah. Tap the Ancient Tomb where I'm at 5 life, that's fine. And Staring Bridge we're going to put on bottom because we don't need it. Hey, look, another island. Take up Jace. Bottom of the library. I don't think we care if they have Tyrus Tracker here. I guess they have a ton of mana, so yeah, we don't want them to draw the cards. If I had like a Force of Will or like Counterspell or something in hand, I'd probably be more apt to let them have the Tireless Tracker. Like if we could really resolve a Humility, I'd be more apt to let them have Tireless Tracker, but we're unable to resolve a Humility here, so. Alright, we're just dodging Crows and Grip for one more turn, and then we win. Yes! We won! We 2-0 Daryl Ayers, yes! Oh my god, that was a very awkward game. I'm going to have to send Daryl Ayers an apology. I don't particularly know the guy, but I feel bad, and I should definitely be apologizing. It If Daryl Ayers wasn't 0-2 as well, I probably would have just scooped to him. Like if he was 2-1 going into that, I probably would have just scooped to him because like we're not gonna go like, we're not gonna go 3-2 and win our money back probably. Daryl Ayers might actually go 3-2 and win his money back. So, I lost the die roll. That's pretty usual. So that was a real fun game. It was quite interesting. Can't believe we just beat that. Am I gonna mulligan? I don't know if I'm mulligan this. I actually kind of like this. If I really want to get cute, I can like Chrome Mox, Imprint a Brainstorm, play Fetchland, cast Brainstorm. We're gonna keep it. This thing has got a lot of potential. Should be fun. Should be very fun. What we got here? Verdant Catacombs pass. Okay. No idea what my opponent's doing yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna lead on island. I don't think we need to get cute, do anything stupid. I am apt to do things stupid, but I don't think we need to. Okay, Verdant Catacombs gonna fetch. Be hilarious if it was a tap shock. A good old fetch into turn for a shock. Bayou. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a force, so if it's anything sketchy. Tranquil Thicket. Okay, so the deck I'm familiar with that runs this combination of cards is Astral Slide. That's probably not what it is, though. Might be looking at, okay, 2 Bayous. Tranquil Thicket, so Agrolome, I would have to assume. So, yeah. We're on put a Jace in the play, I guess. Plan. Okay. I'm going to imprint a Brainstorm. So we're going to do this. Put a Jace Architect of Thought into play. Real bad start for Loam. Yeah, if this is Agrolome, this is a real miserable start for them. Jace right off the bat, because if this... I don't know if this is actually Agrolome. This might be Green-Black Pox, so I'm actually going to minus this Jace and get some card advantage going. This could be Green-Black Pox, which I think is possibly more likely given the start. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Evil Mailman. This is a real bad start for Loam. So if this is Loam, I think the card advantage here is fine. If it isn't Loam, like if this is like Pox, I think that they're just not going to be able to answer our blue Planeswalkers anyway. We get Jace or Counterspell Hydroblast. I actually think I'm going to keep the Jace. I kind of want the Counterspell Hydroblast, but I think Jace is just better here. Any order is fine. We have a shuffle effect, so that's not going to be relevant. We're just going to pass. We don't have... Oh, I guess we do have something we could do, so I'm going to hold up because we have Force Brainstorm. Might have been correct to keep the Hydroblast Counterspell just because we have Force in hand, so we probably want more cards, but the Jace will end up resulting in way more cards over the course of a game, so... So like we have Force there, something like Maelstrom Pulse. We have... Alright, Taiga, so it's starting to look a little more like Agrolome. Be greedy, it's okay. Yeah, that's my thought process. We're not doing anything that's real, so... I have no idea what they're going to get for Green Sun on 2. I don't particularly want to find out either, but if this is the only play they have this turn, and that takes a Green Sun out of their deck, and leaves a creature in their deck, I'm actually fine with that. Okay, so we're going to start by playing Jace. We're going to zero the Jace, and then we're going to crack the fetch if we need to get rid of garbage. I definitely don't want this Ancient Tomb right now. I'm tempted to, I'm probably going to keep the Chrome Mox, get rid of the island, so I can play a Baby Jace this turn. So yeah, I'm going to Chrome Mox, exile this. Okay, exile this, crack this, get a shuffle in, get an island. We're going to play a little Jace, and we're going to tick up this other Jace. I'm saying Jace a lot, and it feels weird. I'm sorry for this, people. But I got like a Jace, a Jace, a Jace. So Jace's mind's been horribly fractured, as we've all learned from the story. His personality is pretty shattered, too. If you look at this, it's just like Jace everywhere. All the Jaces. Actually, I don't know if Lavamancer's still in here, but Lavamancer said that I should be using the Ixalan Islands that have Jace on them, and I should be using Jace's Defeat instead of Hydroblast. All 4 counterspells I have should be the, I think it's the Eternal Master's Art that has, the Eternal Master's Art that has the, that actually has Jace on it. So I'm going to have to redo the deck a little bit and make sure everything's, like, you know, kosher. Because, like, right now, this isn't, you know, we're not where we should be, clearly. Alright, so Ensnaring Bridge seems good. Alright, I'm going to wait to cast Ensnaring Bridge, actually. I want to do some Jason. I'm going to start by, I think, so they have Punishing Fire there. I think I'm fine just zeroing this Jace. Alright, so now we can get a Jace memory out to play, which is pretty sweet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm actually fine by like putting Chromox Bridge back. Play Island. So we have to take damage here regardless. Jace Memory Adept. Right. Oh, we can't cast that because the Gag Teague. Oh, pay attention, Aaron. That's right. And I can't get rid of Gag Teague at the moment. So yeah, that's not ideal. I completely forgot about that Gag Teague being there. I would have kept the Ensnaring Bridge if that was the case, but oh well. Yeah, so that's it. We're just going to pass turn now. Oh, Tiki. Why gotta be like that? If they don't have Grove, our Jaces are going to be safe for a bit from Punishing Fire, which is nice. If they end up finding a Grove, like, Punishing Fire becomes a real problem for us. I'll start, like, aggressively just taking up Jaces. And get Jace Memory Adept and start zeroing. To keep Punishing Fire from just murdering us. Okay, Cobble Pit's not really relevant here for against us. Okay, Lilella Veil, that's kind of sucky for us. Okay, we're going to lose this Jace, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, that sucks. They discarded Wasteland, which isn't relevant against us, really. Oh, that was so unfortunate. My opponent going to actually bother attacking with this Gag Teague, I have to wonder. I mean, attacking even for one's probably fine. So it looks like they're attacking Jace the Mind Sculptor for 1. I think it might actually be worthwhile to bounce Gag Teague. I mean, maybe not really. Like, we're going to have Ensnaring Bridge in play, so I don't know how relevant that is. I do need to do something about this Liliana, potentially. So, I think I just have to start ticking up Jace. No, you can have the Wasteland. I think I just have to start taking up both Jaces. Make it so they're threatening enough where Liliana has to just make like a really bad choice. So this needs to be at 8 to be relevant. This needs to be at 12 to be relevant. Yeah, so I don't know. This Liliana is probably going to be really bad for us. If it's an option between like keep Jaces or keep everything else, like obviously I'm going to keep Jaces, but try to think, do I have an answer Liliana main board? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Alright, we're just going to cast this, not imprinting anything, because I don't need cards in hand. Target my opponent. Another Valkyrie can go on bottom. And tick up. Alright. So I think that's going to go to 6, it's going to go to 7. That's going to go to, if they pop it at 6, it might be a little tough for us, but I think we're going to be okay. I don't know if our opponent particularly has like a good switch for us. It's like they have to give us like a Jason permanence probably, and then a Jason permanence, or just give us 2 Jaces, which is actually fine as well. Like they obviously can't give us Jaces on the Ensnaring Bridge because then they would just probably die. What we got here? Red, green. Punishing Fire, so that's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know why it asked me to apply replacement effects. I can't do anything with that anyway. So this matchup, we're definitely going to be bringing in Leyline of Sanctity. Alright, what Jace are you hitting? Come on. Alright, so hit this Jace. Which kind of makes sense. This can go get like another Valkyrie. Oh, this is just spells, isn't it? Damn. If I could have done this to Liliana's ultimate, that would have been great. I think we're just still on the tick-up Jace plan. Yeah, the Liliana can go to the bottom of your library. I do not want you to have a second one. I can't use Misdirection right now with Gag Teague anyway. If I could have used Misdirection for like the Liliana or whatever, I definitely would have like used my Jace to just bounce Gag Teague. What they dropped? They drew Wasteland with Dark Confidant. Or I don't know what the other card is. I wonder if they just get rid of Liliana here. I just assume they just minus their Liliana. It's like -6. They might wait a turn to... They might wait a turn on that because they're not really in a rush to pop this right now. Like, these Jaces aren't going off. And if they can get it to, like, my Ensnaring Bridge is off the board with the Jaces, then... Another Punching Fire off the top? Damn. Click on the shield to prevent damage to players. Click OK to automatically choose. I don't understand that. You can automatically make them choose a Planeswalker rather than you. Like, it doesn't... That's not how that works. The fact they cast Punishing Fire and played the Wasteland makes me think they're going to try and keep Liliana another turn. Yeah, so Liliana's going to stick around another turn. So that's another thought to have. Like, we need like some type of answer to Liliana main board or sideboard. Like, I have Ley Lines, which I guess can technically be an answer to Liliana sideboard, but... Alright, we got another Jason board. We're both going to draw a card. Delta. I'm going to keep Delta in hand. Take up this Jace. Take up this Jace. So keeping the Delta in hand. If they take up Liliana, that's definitely going to go on bottom. We do not want you to have Grove of the Burn Wills. If they don't take down Liliana here, then we'll just play this next turn if we have to. If they do take down Liliana here and they make us choose between like a bunch of stuff and then like lands or whatever, we'll be able to just play this and get another land in play. So I'm actually fine doing that. The opponent does have one card in hand that we do not know currently. Now they've drawn a Mazavith, which is actually factually irrelevant against our deck. The Call Pit, our Jace Vryn's Prodigies are dead. They've already killed one, so maybe there's a second one at some point. I don't know why they pass through combat. If they ultimate Liliana, they could potentially remove our Ensnaring Bridge and get a couple damage through. So basically they're playing like I would. So I would definitely pass through combat before making a decision with Liliana or not. If they Abrupt Decay here, then that's a real bad as well, because they could have gotten rid of the Ensnaring Bridge. I don't know what the hell they could have. Another Reliquary, maybe. Ravenak Excavator. Yeah, I mean, that's not pretty much a problem right now. Okay. Yeah, you get another fetch land, that's cool. What is their Liliana doing this turn, I wonder? Yeah, okay, so they did that. So they do it for permanents. All their creatures are 2x, by the way, so if they do give us, like, Jace versus lands, or, like, Jace versus Ensnaring Bridge plus lands or something like that, we might actually just keep the Jaces. Because we can actually, with all of our Jaces and whatnot, we can actually keep their boards semi at bay. So yeah, this Jace versus everything, I might actually just keep the Jaces. My opponent's clearly having some trouble with these piles, though, because obviously this is not an easy situation to be in. Ugh, I can't actually pull this back, so I'm going to have to get rid of graveyards, I guess. I don't even know what all my permanents are at this point. But I have, like, a bunch of islands. So it actually cuts off here. I can't say anything more, right? Or is this everything? Islands just cut off a bit, I guess. Yeah. What would you do? Whoever is viewing it right now, if you're in chat, what would you do here for making piles here? I think the correct call is Bridge and Lands versus Jaces. I think that's the correct call. That's not what my opponent's doing, and I think that they're about to make a big mistake. Oh, so they're going to be like Chrome Mox with nothing imprinted, I think. Is there a way to tell which Chrome Mox has something imprinted and which one doesn't? So I'm choosing a Pile of Sacrifice. Unfortunately, I think I have to get rid of Jace the Mind Sculptor. So I'm going to do that. Like on this board, they still can't attack. We can still draw cards. We can still nerf their board a bit. And this Jace eventually can just go through their deck and grab something. Is it non-land card? Right? Where is it? What is the stupid? For a non-land card, exile, the player shuffles and cast a card out paying mana cost. So I could get like Abrupt Decay to just answer Liliana as well. So that's like something. So they did let us keep the Chrome Mox that can't tap for mana. Jace Memory Out is pretty sweet, I guess. We have 2 cards in hand, so now we kind of have to play something. I can't, though, actually. That's unfortunate. Alright. So, tick up. Keep our opponent's creatures from really hurting us too much. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so Jace could take 3 here. Either Jace could take 3 here. The Jace we need to make sure is definitely... We need to make sure this Jace stays safe, because this is basically our win condition right now. It's a shame I can't get multiple from the same player. It'd be nice if the -8 was like, choose target player up to 3 cards or whatever. So I'd love to just be like, okay, get a Abrupt Decay and Nether Reliquary from your deck. I guess Nether Reliquary is irrelevant with the standard though. Oh, even like Abrupt Decay, get a Lily of my own. That'd be sweet. Decay your Lily, cast Lily. Oh no! Well, luckily they were going to be able to attack anyway, so that wasn't that relevant. They're still going to be attacking just for like 1. I guess if they take up Liliana here, they wouldn't be able to attack though. That 1 Chrome Mox taps mana. Yeah. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Brad. He always yield. So where are they attacking? Let's see the chat. They're all attacking Jace Architect of Thought. Okay, that's kind of what I figured they would do. Okay, Ancient Tomb's not terrible. They do have Wasteland, but this gives us the opportunity to actually put like something in play. Probably should have waited to play Wasteland until we saw if we draw an island or not. Yeah, I have to tap for mana regardless. I don't want to lose the 2 life, but I have to tap for mana regardless. So I want to be able to cast whatever we might draw. Okay, so island, so that would have been nice to be able to cast, to play the island instead of the Ancient Tomb. So that's a little unfortunate. I don't think we want to cast this other Jace Bellerin. So I think here... I don't know. I think we just got to keep ticking this Jace up. I got here just as you sacked 1 pile from the... Yeah. So you're saying, like, how was there a way you could tell which Chrome Mox was which? So I couldn't actually tell if the Chrome Mox had the... I couldn't tell if which pile the Chrome Mox was in that had the imprint on it. Do I want to play this other Jace Bellerin? I kind of think I want to be able to do this eventually. Like, they're drawing more cards than me, so when the minus becomes relevant, I might actually just be able to kill them with it. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and pass. I got to learn to use my Jace abilities before playing my lands, though. That's something I got to get better at. Clearly just not used to it enough. I drew another Wasteland, so there is that. Doesn't really matter that they drew a Wasteland, though. They have 3 in their graveyard and an Excavator in play. Liliana, okay. I think I'm just going to get rid of Jace Bellerin. We obviously want to keep the island and want to keep this Memory Adept. I'm not going to cast the Memory Adept, unfortunately, yet, but... So what are you casting? It's another Reliquary. I'm not happy. Yeah, it's another Reliquary. That's not good. That's a big one. Sylvan Library is a good card too right here. And so unfortunately we didn't have a way to counter that Liliana. If we had a way to counter Liliana on the way down, that would have been nice. Another Reliquary is so big. What are they attacking? One of them is attacking this Jace, the rest are attacking that Jace. Okay. So we got -2, -1. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so we got a Brainstorm. We will cast the Brainstorm. Hydroblast. Yeah, nothing on this board. We're not casting this Jace right now. Hydroblast, we're going to want to discard something for the island back. I'm going to play a land for turn. I guess we'll just... That's fine. We'll just tick this up. whatever. I mean, the Night of the Royal I think just means we're dead, though. Yeah, we're just dead here, so I'm just going to scoop. We're going to try and save some time for our next game. I'm going to be on the white plan next game, though. We got our 4 humilities, our 4 ley lines. We got 4 tundras coming in. What I've been doing is dropping 2 islands. Against decks that play Wasteland, I actually have been dropping 2 Ancient Tombs. Hydroblast, I don't think outside of Punishing Fire is ever going to be relevant in this match. I don't think we want it. Yeah, this is Jace Stompy. Not casting that Jace anytime soon anyways. Oh, opponent had Gagteek. Yeah, I keep forgetting about Gagteek and play for my opponent. I want the extra Resurrection. I don't think I want all the forces, so I'm going to trim one of those. What else is bad here? Jace Friend's Prodigy just like dies like a horrible death every time. Jace Miller and having them draw cards too is a little sketch, so I'm going to drop one of those. And then I'm going to drop the Memory Adepts and Architect of Thought is very good with Humility, so I'm not going to drop any of that. I will drop some Oath of Jace, and I think... What else do I want to drop here? They are Chalice deck, so dropping a Brainstorm is tempting. Yeah, I'm going to drop a Brainstorm. It's like Jace Memory Adept keeps coming out, so I think that card's clear. That was just like another Jace, though, in all fairness. Just trying to have fun. Yeah, I would love to play first. What do we got here? We got a Leyline, which is nice. We got a Force, blue card, and Snaring Bridge. Yeah, I mean, I'm bound to keep this. That's fine. You don't need Bridge and Humility. Yeah, I mean, I could probably drop some number of Bridge. Humility, if I don't have the exact white sources against the Wasteland deck, that gets a little bit tough, so I didn't want to just drop Bridges flat out. I didn't want to just drop Bridges flat out, I still want them, but it could be correct to just trim some number of Bridges and keep some number of, like, the 4th Force, maybe like another Jace or something. But yeah, like, against, like, Wasteland decks and stuff, like, our true white sources are, like, off Tundras from Flooded Trans, so I do have to be careful as far as that goes. Right now we're on 3 1-drops as well, so I'm actually, if they play, like, a Chalice one here, I'm actually fine with that. I probably won't even counter it. I'd rather save a Force Will for something like a Sylvan Library, a Maelstrom Pulse. Thalia is a great example of something I'd want to Force Will for. Do I really care about Thalia? Yeah, I think I care about Thalia. I don't particularly want to have to fight that much through spells, so I'm actually just going to get rid of the Thalia there. I will play Ancient Tomb. I'm going to fetch... I don't want to fetch Tundra, but I think I have to because I do have another white source in my hand. So I am going to do that. Oh, no, Tundra was definitely a mistake, actually. If I fetched Island here, I can play the Snaring Bridge now and definitely land a Jace next turn. So actually, that was probably a mistake. If they have Wasteland here, I'm getting super punished if I don't draw another land. Actually, even if I draw another land, I'm still 2 turns away from Jace. And susceptible to Wasteland again. So yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Okay, they have a Grove, which is nice. We're not getting Wasteland, which means we should be able to definitely resolve a Jace next turn. And with the Snaring Bridge Leyline, there's not really much of a way they can answer it. Neither Railcray is already out of attack range. Like, they could have Abrupt Decay, which would definitely be unfortunate, but we're just going to get a Jace in play now. I am going to, with Neither Railcray in play, we're really worried about, we're concerned with Abrupt Decay, so we can draw like a Misdirection or something. We can just Abrupt Decay, Fired Back at Night. So we have Humility, Jace Architect of Thought. I'm going to definitely want to cast the Humility. Jace Architect of Thought is a little... I want both these cards so bad. Let's see. Do I want Force up? I don't think I care about Force. My opponent's probably not on any form of discard except for maybe... So I'm going to put Force Humility back. I'll keep the Chrome Box in hand. We can pitch that to a Liliana if we have to. But yeah, I think next turn we're probably going to be on Humility and then Jace. It's possible we should have just kept Chrome Box Force in hand and just like maybe played the Chrome Box and exiled the Force to it. Green says you have X equals 3. Okay, what are they trying to get? So yeah, keeping Force and blue card might have been good. Wow, this is so miserable. I'm assuming they're going to blow up the Ensnaring Bridge because this neither Railcray can just punch my Jace, which means we're definitely going to be able to resolve the Humility. They're going to have way less outs to it now. Why would you not keep Force of Will blue card? I I was more thinking like if I can get Humility this chase down, we're pretty much invincible to their game plan at that point. But that might have been greedy. I probably should have kept Force Jace and drew Humility to just ensure we get that going. So yeah, I think that what I did was incorrect, and I'm probably getting punished for it now. All right. So we got Layla and Humility. If we can resolve this chase, their creatures mean nothing to us. We're gonna need to find some type of blue card to shut down something like. We're gonna need to find like Force blue card for like a Maelstrom Pulse or whatnot. At this point, I think Maelstrom Pulse is pretty much their only out. Liliana can't target us to get rid of things. Punishing Fire can't hit us. So pretty much I'm going to try and find a way to keep a hand that just doesn't lose to Maelstrom Pulse. Nope, not white mana. I want blue mana off that. Thank you. If he makes Merit Lage now as a 1, it's a 1/1. Okay. So I'm keeping this Chromox in hand for the time being. Because if I play Liliana, I want to be able to keep the Force of Will in hand. Like, obviously, I'm not going to cast the Force to hit the Liliana. If they play Liliana, like, I'm in trouble anyway, but... Garrick. What do you do again? I guess the -3 on Garrick is relevant. So that could be a problem. So we're very weak to permanents, I'm realizing. So I'm definitely gonna have to try something like a Cyclonic Rift or 2. My opponent's gonna be very upset when they attack and they realize their creatures don't do any damage. Okay, now we can actually hardcast the Forge, which is nice. If this Jace ultimates, we can actually go into their deck, see if they have a Maelstrom Pulse or something, and pulse their Garrick. So that's one less card we have to play around, and it keeps their Garrick from flipping and doing the ultimate, which is actually pretty much the only way they can kill us with creatures this way in this board state. So we're gonna try and that's the goal we're gonna aim for, pretty much. Liliana. Well, I can't let that happen, so that's gonna get countered. Like, they can't separate my permanents into piles again, but Liliana still does reduce the chance we can keep relevant numbers of cards in hand and whatnot. So we just have to counter that, unfortunately. All right, so they could flip Garrick here. They could start making Black Wolves. They could eventually sack real creatures to eventually be able to -3 creatures you control getting trample and +X. I don't know if my opponent's going to particularly see that, but... Okay, so my opponent scooped to that, so that's good. I'm sure my opponent was not expecting to see Leyline Humility out of the board. We are going to board out a couple in Snaring Bridge. The question is, do I want Jace Friend's Prodigy? I think I want the 4th Force. Do I see anything? I'm still not sold we need Hydroblast, so that's not coming back in. Oath of Jace could be nice, but I don't think it's that good. I'm just going to bring back the 4th Brainstorm. Even though they're a Chalice deck, I think Brainstorm's relevant enough to keep in. Worst comes to worst, it pitches to a Chrome Mox. Like, not really a big deal. So yeah, we're having some fun. I don't know about all you, but I'm having fun. This hand's garbage. This hand's real bad. I don't know what I would expect from this deck I built, but hey, you know what? This deck may be bad, but we beat Daryl Ayers. That's all I have to say. Yeah, Mulligan for sure. No, I don't want a Mulligan, but we have to. Cryptic Annelid? Alright, you're going to have to be more specific. I think we have to keep this hand, unfortunately. Card. Cryptic Annelid. Worm Beast, Central Dolphin, Scry 1, Scry 2, then Scry 3. What the hell? Yeah, we're going to keep this. We're going to bomb the crap out of that card. Not that it's going to go, but I don't think. I guess we do have a card to draw first, so we do hopefully want to draw land. I'd like to draw an island here so I can brainstorm and be able to have a fetch. Yeah, mulligans are kind of killing us a little bit, but that's fine. Someone needs to remind me to tweet at Daryl Ayers later and apologize for the ridiculous, goofy thing I'm doing right now. Green to x equals 1, probably just, that's, yeah, x equals 0, so that's a Dryad Arbor. That's fine. Can't do anything about that anyway. Oh, yeah, hey look, no land. Uh-oh. We're gonna get killed by mulligans and variants again. No! Is it 3 and a blue, Worm Beast, 1/4? Scry 1, Scry 2, then Scry 3? That's ridiculous. I need that card to be, like, sweet for if I had to, that card would certainly be sweet for, like, you know, I had way too much stuff to do. But, yeah. I don't want them to have Thalia. I'm going to brainstorm and try to find a forest to counter that. I did find a forest. I also found a Tundra. This Wasteland makes that really unfortunate. I won't be shuffling, so I'm going to put back Humility Counterspell. I am going to force that. Exiling a Misdirection. It's like we're already pretty far off from Humility. Now that we haven't found a shuffle effect and whatnot, we're even further off Humility because we only have this one other land and they have Wasteland. So yeah, we're not in great shape here. So we're gonna have to. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to put that Tundra out there because we can't just hold it in hand forever. We have to be able to possibly hold up Counterspell for if they try to play Liliana at some point. If they try to cast like another Reliquary, we're definitely gonna want to counter that. See if my opponent's good enough to pass through combat before they try to cast anything. Otherwise, we're going to get a free counter off that. Okay, yeah, they passed. That's cool. Okay, I don't know why it asked me that twice. Alright, they're adding mana. Sylvan Library, damn it. No, I need to counter that. Ah, son of a biscuit. Yeah, alright, well, we're past our brainstorm lock, so that's great. So, hopefully soon. Yeah, we have nothing to do on your turn. We're stuck on one land. Oh, that's brutal. Sometimes variance just kicks you in the dick, you know? And then your opponent plays their Sylvan Library. Oh, that first hand, too, the 7 was like no land, Crow Mox, like 4 Jaces, like a Misdirection and a Force or something like that. That was super tempting to keep. That second hand was miserable, though. This hand was almost keepable. If it wasn't for the fact that I had Wasteland right off the bat. What do I got here? Another Reliquary. Oh no. We're gonna be taking the beats. Oh no. So I need to draw an. So if I can draw an Ancient Tomb, I can cast this and then Knight of the Reliquary just gets rid of it. What else? Yeah, I think I'm just dead here. It's not the way to end a 4th game. Unfortunately, this is just how it's gonna be. Gagteeg's pretty good, I hear. I actually don't think we can beat a Gagteeg in this scenario. So I can't cast Humility. Snaring Bridge is just like Abrupt Decay away from dying. All my win conditions are all 4+ mana. My opponent has less cards in deck, but that's not relevant. Next turn we're taking 6, 8. If they have a fetch land, we're taking 9, possibly 10. No, just 9. Huh. I think we're just dead. I'll give it one more turn. I'll see if we can possibly draw into something. I'm almost positive now that Gagteeg is on board, though. Like, we're pretty much just dead. I don't think we have any actual... I mean, Jace Belrun's a potential win condition. Not that it's much of a win condition. Our hand's also getting pretty full, so like at this point, even getting this Ensnaring Bridge out might not be enough. Oh, actually, no. If we take 9 here anyway... So we actually take 9 here anyways. We go 2. Ancient Tomb's not going to be an out. And that's the only way we're casting this Ensnaring Bridge. It's like right now we're taking 8, so... I mean, as long as they don't have, like... couple cycle lands, we're not dead. Punishing Fire doesn't kill us because of Leyline. They're going to untap their Knight after dealing damage so they can sack a land later. That's cool. So I guess Ancient Tomb's my one draw here, and I boarded 2 out. Ancient Tomb, go down to 4 cards in hand. I'm still dead though. Yeah, so I'm still dead. So yeah, they got this. That was bad. Yeah, they had a very aggressive start, and my hand was like nothing. So that was brutal. So yeah, I definitely need some type of answer to cards on the board. I'm looking at the deck list right now. Yeah, so I think that my only hope there was Jace Bellerin. It's basically the only possibility I could have had to win that. So yeah, that wasn't good. All right, so we're gonna go on to our last round. It's been a couple of hours streaming now, so I'm actually kind of relieved that we are in the last round. The deck's actually been a lot of fun, though. I definitely would change up some things. I think Brainstorms need to be Boomerang. Ugh. I mean, like, I think, like, Cyclonic Rift is still just better than Boomerang. Like, I can protect my own stuff with Boomerang, I guess, though. But, like, Cyclonic Rift is probably just better. Like, being able to just, like, wipe my opponent's board. Dismember is definitely an option. I am splashing whites, like, not that it's much of a white splash. I am splashing white. Like, I could try some number of Source Plowshares or Path to Exile. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. Dismember is definitely, I think Dismember is higher up on the list of what we should be running. It's also possible it should just be more counter magic. Just trying to keep the deck a little further away from counter magic because we are on the Standing Bridge. But if I do change the list, it's likely going to end up being, instead of Brainstorms, it might be it's probably going to be Chalice of the Void instead of, I talked about it earlier, I'll have to watch the video, I really don't remember. But I want to get back to basics in here. Considering War Tax, I just don't know if that's particularly good enough. I mean, I'm fine with this hand. Like, we have a forced blue card. We have, like, turn 2, like, Ensnaring Bridge, or turn 2 Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Like, I'm fine with this. If we draw another normal land, I'll probably just play turn 2 Jace Vryn's Prodigy. But here, yeah, I mean, this is fine. We're not dead against combo. We're not dead against, like, aggressive creature strategies. So, yeah, this hand's actually fine. For against Belcher, like, we have, like, 2 relevant counter spells for them. And then we have nothing else we can do, though. We're getting probed, okay. So we're either against Belcher, or we are against Storm, or we could be against Grixis Delver. So I'll have to figure out which one it is. Their second card played should give us a little bit of a better idea. Obviously, if their second card's something like a... oh, damn. I can't think of cards tonight. What's that card you can cast for free if you have no lands in hand and you search your library for a land? I don't remember. Wow, I'm really blanking right now. That's terrible. Land Grant, that's it. Yeah, thanks, Brad. You got it just when I got it. Alright, so they're clearly not Belcher, because this is a Delta. It's possibly still Storm. It's possibly still Grixis Delver. We'll find out, I'm sure. Alright, so Counterspell is a little bit awkward. I think here I'm fine just playing a Jace Vryn's Prodigy. If they have removal spell, they can kill it. That's whatever. If they don't have removal spell, like, this will be able to draw us through our deck a little bit, which I think is going to be more relevant, given the slow start. Like, we still have Force up if it is Storm. But, like, with the hand the way we are now, like, if it is Storm, like, we're not particularly going to beat any number of discard spells anyway. So if that becomes relevant, then that's not going to matter. Wasteland. Okay, so they're a Delver deck. Yeah. This is something like a Fatal Push. I think I'm just going to have to try and force it because I can't, or like a Bolt. I'm just going to have to try and force it because I can't just lose this. I can't just lose this Jace here. At the moment, Counterspell looks a lot worse. Hydroblast can at least counter another red spell if they have it. So I think I have to keep the Hydroblast. There's another island, which is nice. I'm just going to use the Jace ability now. I definitely want more information. Alright, so it's a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I discard one of the Ensnaring Bridges that they know about, and then just pass turn. If I can find another Ancient Tomb, I might get this Jace in play, which would be nice. So I'm passing until response, not passing until end of turn because, you know, I don't want to just lose a Jace if they have something random. So it could also be Rug Delver. It's unlikely with the probes. It's probably more likely still Grixis Delver. But Volcanic Bolt, usually like Grixis Delver would go after like Underground Sea first. I guess if they had Bolt, they might have still gone for Volk. But I'm leaning more towards Grixis Delver, but I guess there's a slim chance this, like with the probe, it might just be Rug Delver with some probes in it. Highly doubting it, but gotta keep our mind open. Okay. So I'm just gonna activate this Jace again. That Wasteland hurt us. Come on, find me a Jace. Find me a Jace. Find me a land Jace. Please. Force a will. Okay. Oh, that's Grixis Delver. I think I want the Ensnaring Bridge for like stuff like Gurmag Angler, so I think I just have to pitch a Jace. And I have to say go. Damn. Might have been correct just to pitch the Ensnaring Bridge to keep like Force Blue Card and Hydroblast. If this is Grixis though, I'd rather keep the Ensnaring Bridge because I'm not going to beat something like a Gurmag Angler. Like Young Pyromancer tokens, like if I find a Jace Architect of Thought and keep ticking him up, I can beat that. But a Gurmag Angler is a little bit of a different story. I think I need the Ensnaring Bridge for that, honestly. This Hydroblast is really matters against like a Young Pyromancer or a Lightning Bolt. I'm assuming an Angler. Yeah, so Angler's going to go bye-bye. I am going to pitch... Still have a red source up for that? Ugh. I think I have to pitch the Hydroblast anyways. Like, I'd like to hold red source for Bolt, but I need this Jace. I need to hopefully get this resolved, so... I'm just going to try and force it. We have mana for Spell Pierce. We have mana for Daze. Okay, they didn't have Force back, so... Odds are they don't have Counter Magic in hand. Yeah. I think Force is fine against Delver, honestly. Okay, we can definitely flip this Chase now, so that's nice. Really terrible if they just, like, bolt it in response. Like, that's so rude. How could you do this to me? Stifle! Grixis with Stifles? What the hell is this crap? Well, screw you, jerk off. No! It's that Grixis variant. Oh, there's a Daze. Yeah, we're not paying for Daze then. Okay. Ah, Stifle. Got me. You got me. Wasn't anticipating Grixis. Grixis with Stifles is coming back, huh? I didn't realize that was coming back so much. I've seen it twice now, so I'm actually... I mean, I like that variant, too, so... Young Pyromancer is not as good as you think it's going to be, buddy. Ragamuffin. Oh, I don't need chat open. Chat can go away. Probe. Stifle plus him is lit. I don't know if this version... I think the version that runs Stifle generally doesn't run him. Although Grixis Delver doesn't oftentimes run him anyway. I don't think this version runs it either. Alright, so we know we're not getting Stifled this turn, so this Jace is definitely flipping. So we're going to do that. We're going to hope to find another land. That's a Chromox, that's not a little land. Ugh. I really want another mana source. So I can discard the Brainstorm and still cast it? Which I think is correct. Oh, God. I'm going to discard the Chromox. That card just seems bad. We're going to nerf this Young Pyromancer. And cast a Brainstorm while we can. Okay. So... put 2 cards back. That's unfortunate. Because I need this land and this Jace to cast next turn. And I want Force Blue card. So that's really unfortunate. I can play Island this turn, which means I can't cast Force Blue card if I keep it. Damn, that sucks. These decisions are tough. This crap's not easy. I don't think Force Blue card is really that relevant. I'm not sure what they would do that would really punish us for not keeping it. So I think I'm just going to put back Jace. Nope, I want that on top. So it's going to be this Jace, this Jace. They knew I had Jace the Mind Sculptor. So I do want to hide that in case they have Cobble Therapy. I'm fine with keeping Force in hand, where if they therapy me, they take a Force, that's whatever. If that's the plan they're on, we'll be okay, I think. They him, you gonna... If they him you, I'm gonna lose it, yeah. Another young Pyromancer? Oh, brutal. So now is certainly the time where we want to draw Jace Architect of Thought, rather than Jace the Mind Sculptor. Which I'm sure no one ever expecting to hear that, but that's clearly where we are right now. As awkward as that may sound. Alright, so if they have Daze again, we in trouble. But I think I have to try resolving this Jace. Fortunately. Alright, so let's see. So if I minus on one of these young Pyromancers to bounce it, I plus on another one. They don't have a spell to cast. Elemental can't kill anything. I think I'm actually... The top card might is another... I want to put that on bottom. I don't want that card, so actually that's definitely correct. Like, we'll end up taking 3 from the young Pyromancer and one of the Elementals, which is fine. Like, it can't kill a Jace. It's not going to kill us. Like, that's perfectly fine, I think. Depending on what happens this turn, what we draw, we're going to probably 0 with this Jace. I definitely would love to find a Jace Architect of Thought, though. Just put all these Elementals to rest. And whatever young Pyromancer they have is going to be a 1-1 when it attacks. I haven't found a Jace Architect of Thought yet, right? Nope, okay. So I still have 4 in the deck. Ideally, I would draw 1 soon. But we'll find out what happens. They shuffle with that. Chooses 2 shuffles. So my opponent shuffled and got like a blind draw on that. Where are they attacking? They're both attacking Jace the Mind Sculptor, which I anticipated. So we're probably going to lose Jace the Mind Sculptor next turn regardless. Losing it to 1 creature compared to all the creatures is kind of where I'm not really sure. So if I 0 the Jace, I lose it to just like a young Pyromancer. If I plus the Jace, they have to do young Pyromancer token to kill it. I think I want to 0 though, because I really want to draw into my deck. I need to find cards. I need to build up some card advantage. Double Counterspell is not where I want to be at all. Alright, so I think I need to put land deck. I need to fetch. Do I use this Jace? No, I don't use this Jace to... I think I have to keep their young Pyromancers somewhat at bay, right? I guess using this Jace to brainstorm is probably the better bet. I just gotta hope to hit a Architect. There we go. I gotta resolve it, is the problem. So if I can resolve that, I'm in pretty good shape. If I can't resolve this, I'm in trouble. I do have Force, Pitch Force. There we go. Okay. So now the young Pyromancers are both 1/1s. They can kill Jace the Mind Sculptor, which sucks for me. But that's actually fine. If they kill Jace the Mind Sculptor from here on, they have 1 power coming at me every turn. Until they find like another Angler or a Delver. Oh, so I'm actually happy I made that decision. I think that decision was very close, but it was certainly worth it. Yeah, so that's going to just kill off the Jace the Mind Sculptor, which is fine. Like, it's not fine. I don't want to lose Jace the Mind Sculptor, but I think out of all the outcomes I could have had there, that was probably the best. Rather than lose, like, both Jaces or whatever, that was definitely better. So we have Misdirection. I forgot how terrible that card is. We're going to completely nerf one of these young Pyros. I'm going to tick that up. So now I can hard cast Force, I can cast a Force, and I can pitch blue card to Misdirection or pitch Misdirection to a Force. So I have like Misdirection, Force up, or double Force up right now. So if they try to cast like a Lightning Bolt or something, I can Misdirect it to a young Pyromancer, which seems like fun. And my opponent scooped. Awesome. So we are up a game against Grixis Delver. We absolutely want all 4 Hydroblasts. I don't think we want our Misdirections here. I don't think they're that relevant. Ensnaring Bridge doesn't seem great. I'm going to drop a couple copies of it. I don't think we want... But we might have to keep them, because I don't think we want like the Leylines or the Humilities. It's like Humilities fine against like Angler, Death Ray if they have it, Young Pyromancer, but it's really not that amazing. So maybe I just drop the 1 Misdirection and 1 Bridge for 2 Hydroblasts. I think that might be correct. There's probably some argument to adding a couple lands because we're going to want to hit our land drops against that deck. Maybe that. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna just add 2 lands and drop. I dropped 2 bridges already. Huh. I'm fine with only having 3 Hydroblasts. It's pretty much just bolts and Pyromancers. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna add a Pyroblast or a Hydroblast and 2 Tundras and drop 2 Ensnaring Bridge and a Misdirection. We'll see how that goes. Misdirection might actually be correct to keep. If they were on like Cobble Therapy and him, I'd be more apt to take out Force, a Force or 2. I haven't seen him or Cobble Therapy from them. It's not to say they're not there. They might have just not drawn them. But I'm gonna keep it like this for now. See how it goes. Yeah, I mean this hand's fine. It's not perfect. Like I would love like a Chrome Mox in here to have like the turn 1 counterspell up, but this hand's perfectly fine. It's got pretty much all the gas I need. It's got all the lands I need, so we can lead off on islands and then drop an Ancient Tomb. We're ready to start dropping real cards. I could also go like Island, Ancient Tomb, Oath of Jace, then like Island, Jace. Deathrite, yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's fine. You go to Deathrite. Force Will would be nice when they have Deathrite coming out, but that's cool. Yep. So we're going to pass until response. Go to their turn. Nothing we're going to do on their turn, so we're going to pass until response. Yes, I don't know if this deck's particularly any good or anything, but this deck's been a lot of fun. I've been kind of happy with it. Yeah, we don't have many answers to cards, so we actually just have to counter that. I think the Oath of Jace is the weakest link here. Because like next turn we can hold up Counterspell, and next turn we can drop a Jace Architect of Thought, which we obviously saw kind of beats them. They had the Fluster Storm. There's 2 spells. We can't pay for 2 copies. So, okay, yeah, their Delver's going to resolve, unfortunately. Okay. Yep. That's unfortunate. And naturally, Architect of Thought doesn't really match up well against Delver being a 3/2 when it flips, but hopefully it'll be fine. That's another Force. Again, would have been nice to have that when they were trying to play turn 1 Deathrite, but we didn't. I don't know why they're just holding up Deathrite. I wonder if it was correct for them to attack. It's like so, unless they have their end of turn card to cast. Probably a Brainstorm to set up their Delver, which I'm not going to counterspell because their Delver is likely to flip anyway. Okay. See what they're revealing to Delver. Get some information on what they got. Taxium Probe? Okay. My opponent has a Taxium Probe. So yeah, this deck isn't particularly great, but the deck's definitely been a lot of fun. Like I said, I gotta find something for some type of effect to deal with creatures. I think Dismember is going to be the winner. That's suggested by turn 1 Thoughtseize. So yeah, I think Dismember is going to be the winner, but yeah, I gotta find something for creatures better. Something better for creatures. Like Humility has been fine. Humility and Arc Jace has been amazing. But yeah, definitely want Back to Basics. Back to Basics would just be like insane here. I wouldn't mind like a Tabernacle or a Pendril Mist to really pair with Back to Basics, because that'd be a lot of fun for me. Maybe not so much for my opponent, but that's, I mean, if any of you interact with me, you know that that's not really what I'm about. Okay, so taking this up, and if we can get this down and flipped, we can keep the Delver completely nerfed. Deathrite's still a problem. If we eventually find a Jace the Mind Sculptor, we can bounce the Deathrite and hopefully counter it on the way back down. It actually might not be bad to keep in some number of misdirections in this match. Just like if they have like the Abrupt Decays or Lightning Bolt or anything like that, we can misdirect back at their creatures. Because like really the only actual removal we have at that point. Something tells me it's going to get Bolt to this Jace and then Delver hitting it for 2 to kill it. No, I do want to counter that. No, damn it. I'm really bad at hitting the wrong buttons. Yeah. Yeah, Delver's gonna kill the Jace. Yeah, well, we just fogged a turn. That's cool, I guess. Something, right? Chrome Mox is not a great top deck here. Gonna play the Jace Fringe Prodigy. I guess I could have just taken two, like Chrome Mox Imprint and something to keep Counterspell up, but that just seems bad. I don't think I want this other Ancient Tomb down. I'd rather have this Ancient Tomb in hand to discard to something like a Oath of Jace or whatnot. Or I can discard it to like Jace Fringe Prodigy if it doesn't die this turn. If they try to kill Jace Fringe Prodigy, like, I don't think I keep it just because, I mean, with their death rate, I'm not extremely likely to actually flip it. Like, it's possible I get like Planeswalkers and artifacts in my graveyard and whatnot, and I can flip it. But death rate does a very good job of nerfing stuff like this. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm at 7 life. Let's see, what do I want here? It's like Oath of Jace would be really good here. Because Oath of Jace and like fetch land means I can pretty much guaranteed to flip this Jace Fringe Prodigy, right? So that'd be 3. No, I guess that would be enough cards. They'd have to cast a spell here that I need to like force or something to get an extra card in my graveyard. Deathrite can still kind of get there. Brainstorm, I don't think that's worth countering. I feel like that Brainstorm was like a bait, like, here, come counter this. I'm brainstorming because I need to do something and I haven't done anything. It's like, yeah, but Brainstorm resolving, going to your graveyard, that's enough for a Grimag Angler. Attempt to not fall for that one. Okay. My opponent has 2 cards in hand. They're going to Cobble Therapy us. I mean, we have to just let that resolve. We force it, we have absolutely nothing in hand. If they name force, they take Counterspell, oh well. That's fine. Cobble Therapy also means that's another card in our graveyard. Yeah, you got a Forcible. So we need to top deck like an Oath of Jace, which I think we boarded out a copy of, I'm not sure. Yeah, Deathrite's going to clearly eat that right away, right? Yeah. Wait, they ate a land with it. Okay, so maybe they are just going to play... What are they casting? True Name? That's problematic. We do have Ensnaring Bridges. But True Name is definitely not an easy card to deal with. And we did not draw anything that would help us. Flip this Jace. Another Chrome Mox. Sweet. Perfect. Just what we like to see. Alright. So yeah. We're just dead. So we're gonna go to the next game. Now seeing True Name. Yeah, I'm actually tempted to keep all. Well, you know what? I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna try this plan. This plan has been working for us. I think I'm gonna trim counterspells. Keep the Hydroblast, right? No, I definitely want counterspells. I'm gonna trim the Hydroblast. We're gonna go down to 1. I'm going to trim the Oath of Jace. I'm going to trim the Memory Adept. Jace Fringe Prodigy again against like Deathrites. Like, I don't think that's really where we want to be. We're going to keep a Misdirection. They have True Name, so we can actually misdirect one of their spells at their own True Name, which is actually kind of cute. So I think we're going to board in both Misdirections. I'm actually going to cut a Force. If they ever have to Blind Therapy us, it's... Oh, I'm going to cut a Chrome Mox, actually. Chrome Mox seems miserable. But yeah, Misdirection can like help answer their True Name Nemesis. A lot of times when they just therapy blind, it's going to be 4 Force or whatnot, so we are going to have to keep an eye on that. I think this hand's fine. It's got some early interaction. Obviously, we can't do anything turn 1, which is low unfortunate because Deathrite is obnoxious. But we can counter whatever relevant turn 2 thing. We have a Jace Bellerin to start drawing cards. We have a Jace Architect of Thought to keep stuff like Young Pyromancer down, so... Yeah, I think we can do this. Their first bolt can be misdirected back at like a Deathrite if they do resolve 1 turn 1, which is fine. So obviously this isn't like perfect and ideal, but I think it's okay. We're going to save the Delta because we're definitely going to want to be able to fetch out Trops when we if we get to a point where like something like Humility or Leyline of Sanctity ends up being relevant. The main reason we boarded in Leyline of Sanctity is because it'll shut down their discard, it'll shut down their bolts, but mostly just because it'll pitch to a Chromox to cast a Humility if we need the second source. Which actually now I'm thinking about keeping in 4 Chromox might be incorrect on this plan. We do have a lot of different ways where we can just pitch a Chromox if we draw too many. Like we have the Oath of Jace and all that, so. I mean, I don't want to just fetch and expose a Tundra to a Wasteland, so I'm going to start by... I'm going to play around Daze and actually cast a Jace Bellerin off this. Like, we do have the Force Will, we do have the Misdirection and all that. I'd rather play around Daze this way. Next turn, if we draw like other different mana source, we can play around Daze and play Jace Architect of Thought. Eventually just start outgrinding them and outvaluing them. Yeah, okay. What are you doing with Valk? It's going to be a Power Blast, maybe a Bolt. Power Blast. I'm going to do the Misdirection. Right? Yeah, we're going to do Misdirection. I just want to misdirect something, honestly. We're going to have Misdirection target, Power Blast target Misdirection. Does this not work online? Isn't that how it's supposed to work in paper? Does this not work online? Is that like a thing? Okay, so they're now forcing it. I mean, if we resolve this chase, like we have Cryovange, I'll force back, that's fine. Okay. 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 It's like we're gonna start drawing cards, I think that's fine. If they just have the, like, okay, what the hell just happened? What is going on here? What did I just do? What is happening here? Does anyone know what just happened on MTGO? I have no idea what that just was. It was like it just reversed. I don't know why. Ugh. Why did that just rewind like that? So confused what just happened there. Huh. That was really weird. What the hell's going on here? Where's my game? Return a game. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what that just happened. That was really weird. Wait till Ultimate at Karma without playing one? Yeah, no crap, right? You'd think it'd have some like permanence in play though. I mean, we can cast the Humility with this hand. We have Force of Will. We'll have a Jace Architect of Thought early. I'm gonna keep it. Again, we are probably gonna end up being a little bit susceptible to Wasteland here. I'm perfectly fine with just starting out, just playing fetch lands and passing. All right, where did my land go? What the hell is going on with MTGO right now? Am I the only person that can't find my land right now? It's like I have like no board state. Like what the hell is going on? Yeah, MTGO is an amazing program. So like I played a Fledged Strand. I don't see anything on the battlefield right now. Okay, so apparently, so I can't see my Fledged Strand. My opponent can see my Fledged Strand. They can't see their Delver, but I can see their Delver. No. How am I supposed to play like this? I don't... Oh my god, this program's terrible. I hate this game so much. Alright, maybe I might just concede, because I obviously can't play like this. I might end up just conceding and... Is there a way to draw with your opponent? Let's see if there's a way to draw. See if there's like... Let's see. Keep the red zone always open. Show phase ladder. I didn't know any of this existed. Whoa. Nope. Nope, don't want any of that. That's huge. Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. Actually make cards a little bigger. Well, I think auto-sizing cards was actually better. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Is there anything here that actually... No, no way to do that. Well, this is great. Thank you, MTGO, for making my experience streaming great for me and my viewers. I appreciate that. It's real great. If I could find my land, I would absolutely try and fetch right now. So yeah, I'm going to scoop. I'm going to go into the tournament practice room, see if I can get a game going where it isn't messed up. I'm going to take a couple screenshots to report this to support. So let's see. Alright. So I'm going to make sure it shows that I've been playing lands and crap. That's really frustrating. I'm sorry, viewers, that, you know, MTGO is a garbage program. That's unfortunate. So unfortunately, we went 1-4 again. Honestly, with the way that game started out, it looked like we might have been able to pull it off. We beat Daryl Ayers, so I mean, in all fairness, I don't think Ayers would have known what the hell he's playing against. So I don't think he could have played it against that like optimally. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go into the tournament practice room. I'll handle the complaint to support later. I'm going to go to the tournament practice room. I'm going to play another game to make up to the fact that none of you got to see a fifth round. So I'll play another round here. And we're going to try and make it quick, though, just because I've been streaming for 2.5 hours now. I'm getting fairly tired. Turn 1, Jace Prince Prodigy. Turn 2, Jace Valorant. That seems fine. I'm actually willing to keep it. What we got here? My opponent's on the play. They mulliganed. I'm going to keep. Let's see if they're going to mulligan again. They mulligan into Oblivion. This should be an easy first game win. Uh-oh. They did mulligan again. They're on 5. Not like this. I just like good games of Magic. When you beat the crap out of your opponent because they had to mulligan into Oblivion and things of that nature, it just doesn't feel good. Okay. I don't know what my opponent's doing where they just pass like that. But, yeah. We're going to go Chromox, exiling a Hydroblast. I don't feel like Hydroblast will be relevant here. Nope. Okay. Want to wait until the Chromox ability resolves to exile it. Come on. You're not doing anything in response. Stop it, opponent. Just die. Alright. So we are in the tournament practice room, so there could be some very weird things we're doing here. Our opponent playing a Bloodstained Mire makes me think maybe it's Black-Red Reanimator. And they could have been holding cards to eventually draw to discard. Until they draw like something like a Faith Looting or whatnot. I don't think that's the case. Oh, yes, we got Underground Sea. I don't know what exactly my opponent... Okay, so opponent's in Storm. So, yeah, that's real unfortunate. There's a good chance we're just dead here without any type of ability to interact. They just have like Infernal Tutor, they can crack those. I don't know if they actually kill us. They might build Infernal Tutor for like go get a Nauseam. which might not be enough. They might just end up killing themselves. Pass Flames they can't do because they don't have like rituals or anything, so there's no value to be had from Pass Flames. Where's the revealed card? So revealed. I'm gonna pull that up so that way I can see what they reveal ad nauseum. And I'm just gonna F6 because we don't have anything to respond with. So I'm surprised they kept a red floating instead of a black, because now they're definitely gonna have to find like Lowe's petals and LEDs. Okay, they found one, so good for them. Therapy doesn't matter. Probes or whatever. Okay, so this is Tez with the Chromoxes. So right now they don't really have the ability to do much. Another Infernal Tutor is not bad, but they need a way to dump their hand. So they need to find LED at the moment. Okay, still need to find LED at the moment. I mean, we just have a Jace Friends Prodigy in play. They could easily just stop. Okay, LED is enough, I think, right? So Petal for Dark Ritual, that's 3 mana. Cast Infernal Tutor after casting LED. They'll still have the 1 red mana floating. They can just go get. I guess they're just shy of being able to. I don't know if they have Empty the Warren's main board. No Tendrils. Is that how it goes? Because they need to Tendrils me here. They need more mana for that. Oh, Dark Ritual. I think that gets them closer, right? They would still need another red. No, the Lion's Eye Diamond can give them the other red for the Burning Wish into Tendrils. Alright, so they stopped there. They went to 2. There's 1 probe we know about. And my opponent has it. They just need to see the line. I don't know if my opponent will see the line, which is the only reason I'm sticking around. Chromox, yep. Imprinting. What's your imprinting? Come on, buddy. Cobble Therapy? Okay. Where's the Cobble Therapy I know about? There's Dark Ritual. There's another Dark Ritual. There's the Cobble Therapy I know about. Alright, cast LED. There you go. You're 11 Storm. You're already enough. They go for the Empty the Warrens kill. And so if they go for the Empty the Warrens kill, and we end up drawing a Jace, Jace Architect of Thought, that'll just be hilarious. Alright, so they have no cards in hand now. Assuming they got Burning Wish. I'm assuming they're going to get Tendrils. If they show us the Tendrils, they're good. Like, we're good here. If they show us Empty the Warrens, like, we're sticking around, because, yeah, they got Tendrils, so yeah, we're dead. Okay, let's begin sideboarding. So we will bring in Ley Lines. It's fine to bring in Tundras. I will drop 2 islands, because we're not worried about Wasteland. Hydroblasts aren't terrible. Like, they counter like the Burning Wishes and stuff. The Ensnaring Bridges are fairly irrelevant. Why did my opponent send me a message? I don't know where to find the chat in this area. I need to learn MTGO clearly, because this is just miserable. Yeah. I don't see where my opponent sent me a message, so. Let's see. What else is bad here? Misdirection, like I could misdirect a copy of Tendrils, which isn't terribly relevant, but it's relevant, I guess. Right? This Jace Memory Eye is probably just bad. It's probably better than Jace Bellerin in all fairness. Because, like, each player draws a card, that seems real bad against to do, so we're going to drop that, I think. Hydroblast, I think I'm fine with not having there, so. Camel Hollywood sent me a message. Why can't I see the message? Let's see here. Details. Where do I go to look for messages? Damn you, MTGO. have no idea where to look for messages, so my opponent's going to have to submit a deck, otherwise I'm not going to see what they said. Are you Aaron from Hips to the Coast or leaving a Legacy group? Yes. Haha. Would you like to play first? Yes, I'd love to play first. I would love to keep this hand. So this hand's got Leyline Sanctity, it's got counter spells, it's got a Force of Will. So we're going to keep this hand because they can't force us to discard and they can't just kill us with tendrils. We're going to need to draw like a Jace Architect of Thought and have something relevant happen, but okay. If I'm playing Pluto Delta, and I'll likely end up fetching out a Tundra, because against them it's not going to matter what against them it's not going to matter what lands we fetch out. They don't run like Price Progress, they don't run Wasteland, so that's irrelevant. So my opponent is aware of what's going on. My opponent was like, awesome, after Chromox J's opening and seeing your hand, it confirmed I was playing against something spicy. And then the person asked if it was Jace Stompy. Clearly, I've been posting about this recently on Twitter and Facebook. Assuming in the Facebook group, this person knows me from the Legal Legacy group and knows I'm from Hipster, so. Oh, apparently my opponent was booted 3 times tonight on computer. MTGO rebooted 3 times tonight. My opponent's probing themselves. So I have Leyline Sanctity to play, they cannot probe me, of course. I can't be the target. I'm going to fetch because I do want to reduce the chances of drawing more lands here. Jace Memory App's not terrible. It'll be nice to have down because my opponent has to go like the Ad Nauseam plan. Jace Memory Up actually doing the 0 ability can actually get rid of a lot of my opponent's cards from their deck. So if we can actually cast this like next turn, we definitely will. It would require us to draw a Chrome Mox or whatnot, but yeah, if we can cast this next turn, we're definitely on that plan. And I still have like Counterspell Force up, so that's cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep this just going. My opponent can have the brain, so that's fine. Okay, my opponent's cracking their Bloodstained Mire. My opponent commented that I was ready for the Storm Menace with my ley lines, which is definitely accurate. Basic Swamp. Bulk. What you got, huh? I mean, I feel like that's a bait if anything is, so I'm going to let that resolve. It might have been correct to counter the Infernal Tutor, but like a second Lion's Eye Diamond I don't think is that relevant. Like, I'm fine with my opponent having a second Lion's Eye Diamond. So we know my opponent has 2 Lions, Diamonds, and hands. We are going to end step Brainstorm. I do want to ensure that we find another land drop because I'd love to get this Jace Memory App down. Jace Mind Sculptor even better though. So I don't think I particularly want this Chromox at all. So I'm going to put Chromox Flood Trend back, use the Flood Trend to get rid of the Chromox. I think we're in a point where we definitely want Jace Memory App more. We won't have Counterspell, but we still have Force Up. At the moment, all we have to do is force the whatever their relevant card is they have. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And Jace Memory Up, again, like zeroing, targeting our opponent, shuts off like ad nauseum. So let's see what we got here on that 0. So we hit an ad nauseum, we hit a Rite of Flame, we hit 2 Chrome Mobs, 2 Probes, a Therapy. My opponent, dear Lord, what is this? My opponent, dear Lord, what is this? LOL. I wrote sad face. LOL. And then it seemed better than just drawing cards with Mind Sculptor? Question mark. I had it ad nauseum, so I'm actually convinced that might have been actually the correct play. Like next turn I zero again, and it's just like, oh no. So my opponent has a Crow Box. What do they hit? Imprinting. Duress? Yep, Duress seems pretty bad. We know they have double LED. My opponent just has like an Empty the Warrens in hand. That's fine. Like that's not fine. I don't like that idea, but not much we can really do about that. I would likely end up ticking up this Jace to try and find a Jace Architect of Thought. If we can find a Jace Architect of Thought, naturally we're fine against Empty the Warrens. And Leyline still makes us okay against Tendrils of Agony. There's one LED. There's the other LED. My opponent's just like Infernal Tutors here. I'm just going to counter that. Where's the spell count? Usually we have a storm count by now. I'll close out chat for a bit. Yeah, that's getting forced. My opponent just has like another Infernal Tutor. My opponent didn't actually crack their LEDs. I don't know what that means though. I'm gonna let the Infernal Tutor resolve. If they crack their LEDs, then I would force it, but they didn't crack their LEDs, so I don't know what they could have in hand that I really am worried about. Like, they can't just Infernal Tutor for any card, so that feels like a bait to me. My opponent, I got nothing. I'm cold to the line, LOL. This has been a fun match so far. This one's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna keep. Like, I don't think there's anything else we do here different. So. I think my opponent does have Burning Wish, so they have like, is it Void Snare? Is it? I think it's called Void Snare. I believe it's a sorcery speed boomerang for 1 mana. Oh no, it's a return target non-land permanent to its source hand. But yeah, sorcery speed 1 blue. I always love it. I had no idea how to board for what you were doing. That's one of the fun things about running like weird brews like this. Like, you might not win a lot of games, but you turn some heads. And you're like, wait, what did you just do? It makes for a lot of fun magic, in my opinion. But I have no idea if anyone's even still in chat. I haven't seen anyone actually interact for a while. Is anyone actually even still watching me? Do people love me? I don't know if anyone loves me. I can see that in live. I can't see if anyone. What's channel feed? I know what that is. I don't know what I just clicked on that. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else. It looks like no one's watching me right now. Let's see what we got here. Okay, my opponent's all done sideboarding, so this should be a little better of a game. The evil mailman's still in here. This hand seems like not great, but yeah, I got a mulligan. I mean, there's definitely better hands. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. We have like force blue card. We have counterspell now, so that's great. We're gonna do this. All right, cool. Nope, we don't want to just pass. We want to pass until response. Learn to click your buttons and do your thing. So my opponent led me to believe they might be cold against Leyline, so I'm kind of tempted to just keep force. Only against cards like if they have a Void Snare, if they have like a, I guess Wipe Away, we're just cold to anyway. But they have cards like Void Snare, if they have like a Boomerang effects, stuff like that. I'm tempted to just keep force for that. If I can top deck a, no, I guess I wouldn't just jam a Jace Architect of Thought. If my opponent just storms and goes for empty here, though, I can definitely just like, if I top deck something like an Ancient Tomb, I could potentially slam a Jace next turn. And Jace Architect of Thought and Leyline of Sanctity probably just beats Goblins and Tendrils. So I think I'm actually fine with that, if that's the case. Yeah, it is getting late. Okay. Another Jace Architect of Thought. So I'm actually... yeah, counter plus blue cards. I don't think I'm going to... I was going to Chrome Mox and imprint one. I'm not in a rush to do anything right now. Like, I still need to draw at least one more land. I want force plus blue card plus counterspell, plus I want to be able to cast a Jace Architect of Thought. So I think I have to just hold off on that. I don't think I can just jam that like that. So, alright, let's see what our opponent does here. I'm assuming it's going to be like another Brainstorm, something along those lines. Okay, just pass until response. My opponent's going to do something, so I actually have to do something. Chain of Vapor. Okay, well, that's going to get countered. Alright, so that's a good thing we did that. So I mean, that's still something we have to keep an eye out for as well, because like if my opponent is able to get a Passive Flames, they can flash that back. So that's something we have to be aware of. Knowing me, I probably won't be aware of it. I'll probably completely forget about it. But yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, I don't do anything stupid about it. Probe, target yourself. So I'm going to be a smart aleck, and I'm going to message my opponent saying, how does your hand look? Yeah, this is actually... I'm actually really surprised, like, this weird white splash thing I tried doing. I'm surprised at how well it's actually worked out tonight. Like, honestly, I think it might have to, I think it might even just have to be mainboard. I might just have to go back to, like, blue-white stacks. Like the deck I was running a while ago, where it's mainboard Humilities and Jace Architect of Thought. Yeah, I don't know. This has actually been a lot of fun. I'm actually very happy I decided to throw this random pile of cards together. There's clearly better options, but we'll figure it out. You have a Rite of Flame. You have an LED. So at this point, I'm basically just trying to counter like Passive Flames. This is probably an empty right here. Infernal Tutor. So they're gonna crack the LED response. I'm gonna probably just force the Infernal Tutor. Okay. So I'm glad we didn't just jam that, because I still want to be able to cast this Jace Architect of Thought if possible. So my opponent discarded a Bloodstained Mire. They have 5 red mana, nothing to do with it, so they just unfortunately have to pass. so close. We didn't have to force pitch blue card. We could just play Jamma, Jace Architect of Thought. Come on, another land. Let's get this Architect of Thought down. As soon as we get this Architect of Thought down, I'm just going to -2 and hope to draw something relevant because we need cards. Brainstorm, oh well. We draw land like blue. Let me think. If we draw land, blue card, we have to put 2 back. Okay, that's still not quite enough. If it's like Ancient Tomb, we can actually cast the Jace, but yeah, we're not going to cast Jace yet. I mean, we can't really get... So we don't need the Chromox. Let's just put those 2 back. I'm just going to play this Blue Delta. We obviously can't fetch, so... We have Hydroblast if they randomly try to cast Passing Flames now. We have Counterspell if they try to do anything else, so... We just literally need to counter, I think, Passing Flames at this point. I don't think we particularly care about anything else. I guess Burning Wish is a good target, too, so there's that. Counter target spell that's red. Choose target spell. Yeah, that's a red spell, so I think that works. My opponent's just like, this deck. So yeah, right off the bat, I'm just going to -2 this because I really want to start getting something else going. I mean, we're going to just keep the Misdirection pile, right? I guess we want to keep the Misdirection. Oh, I feel so bad. So I think at this point the way we win is we tick up Jace a bunch, we search our opponent's deck for, I was going to say Passing Flames, we can't just cast that though, are we? Oh, you can cast it out paying their mana cost. So we search our opponent's deck for Passing Flames, then we start casting Brainstorms and whatnot, and then we just can't do anything with them, so yeah, that's just a bad plan. I was going to say maybe we can just get like a Tendrils and just kill them that way, but that'd be awkward. There's a Jace Prince Prodigy though, it's kind of neat. I'll take this Jace up, pass turn. This might hurt a lot. Not sure what my opponent's trying to say this, but this might hurt a lot, but I think they cast Brainstorm. I don't know if they did. Particularly, that might hurt a lot. I don't know. Confused. Invariably, though, I'm usually confused, so there is that. We're going to flip this Jace. We drew Jace the Line Sculptor, which means we can play that. Misdirection just means bad, so we're going to get rid of that. Tick up, target them. Nope, they can keep that. That's already ticked up. Oh, hello, tick up. Okay. So right now, the defenses are down. My opponent was afraid of getting misdirection on Brainstorm, but I'm informing them that I could not misdirect their Brainstorm because I didn't have targets for it. If Brainstorm was like Ancestral Visions or like Ancestral Recall, things of that nature, where its target player draws 3 cards, that'd be a different story. So my opponent jammed it anyway, but my opponent was stated that they were worried about that. No, you can keep the duress. I will take out my Jace. Yeah, I'm going to take up this Jace. Yeah. I could just jam into the Leyline of Sanctity. Like, they do have Chain of Vapor, which they won't be able to copy. We do have, like, double counterspell, double blue, so... My opponent, pleasure to meet you. I'll look out for the video of my demise. So yeah, that was the deck. That was actually, obviously the deck wasn't very good. A lot of draws were pretty anemic, pretty horrible. We did find a lot more land than I would assume with only 20 plus 6 fetches. But that actually, I'd actually stick to this and try and make it like a real thing for like an LGS, like where I actually bring it to like a legit tournament. So what did we learn? Jace Memory Adept, aside from against Storm there, was pretty much bad all night and irrelevant. I sideboarded out pretty much every game. So I'd probably drop the 2 Jace Memory Adepts. I'd probably drop 2 Oath of Jace. Those would become 4 Back to Basics. I'd probably drop 4 Brainstorm. Those become Chalice. 2 Hydroblast definitely get dropped. I'm not sure what I dropped. So Hydroblast would likely get dropped and replaced either by... What's the other Jace? New 5 drop. The one that's like Scry 1 draw a card. Unraveler of Secrets. It's also probably just correct to just not be on mono blue, not be on like all the Jaces. It's probably just correct to like drop 3 Jace Beller and drop 2 Hydroblast, put in 4 Humility, drop like some number of islands for 4 Tundras, maybe a Plains or 2, and so that way to fix the mana base 4 Humility. And just be like a back to basics Humility, like actual Stompy deck with like chalices and whatnot. But yeah, no, I think this deck was a lot of fun. Like, I would definitely run it again. I would not be surprised to see this come back in stream sometime soon, just for like the kicks and giggles. But I had a lot of fun. I don't know, like, other than trying out like a chalice back to basics type build, I don't know that I would really change much. All the Jaces together worked actually fairly well. Some of the reasons we lost games were just like we screwed on land or we drew too many land. Like, a lot of our games weren't lost because the deck wasn't decent. A lot of games were lost because the draws were miserable, which I guess kind of leads to the fact the deck's probably not decent. But for the most part, it was just variance you can experience with most any deck. Deathrite was definitely awkward with just Jace Vryn's Prodigies. So I definitely, like I suggested earlier, definitely need to find something to answer creatures in play. In the future, no misdirection, it breaks the internet. Was it misdirection, you think, that caused that bug to happen and undo everything? Because that actually makes sense, because misdirection used as a counterspell on cards is really weird for, I think it'd be really weird for a program to actually, like, execute that. That might actually be why it basically undid the entire game and then restarted the game. So I think these 2 Jason strategies I think they should stay, personally. I would love to, like, maybe find some room for... If I get Humility's main board, it might not be an issue, but I definitely need to find some spots for Dismember in the 75, because I definitely need actual removal. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out, everyone that hung out. I hope you all enjoyed it. I definitely had a lot of fun. Like I said, this deck wasn't meant to be, extremely competitive. This deck was just meant to be some fun. Just let's get together and you just kind of laugh over how ridiculous we can be. But yeah, I mean, Jace Architect of Thought was amazing. The sideboard White Splash was actually like insane. Most of the games where I felt we had any type of chance was when we boarded this in. Um, I think against Grixis Delver, we might have won game 3 with the way that was going. Like when we would have resolved that Jace Bellerin and we would have started drawing cards. And our cards in general are going to be more powerful than their cards. Like if we draw like into Architect of Thought, like that card just completely nerfs like the Young Pyromancer plan. If we start drawing into like all of our removal, all of our counter magic and stuff, like I don't know. I think that we might have actually gotten that game if we had continued playing it. I don't know. It depends. Depends on what how the draws went. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. I'll definitely do it again. Thank you again, Card Hoarder, for sponsoring us or partnering us with us at Hedges of the Coast for helping us get access to all these cards, so I can play these crazy things like this without having to worry about breaking the wallet, which is obviously a big concern. Um, Thank you, Hedges of the Coast, again for keeping me on board and letting me do some crazy stuff that I want to do. Having the freedom to just kind of do these crazy things, not feeling pressure to play certain decks or feeling pressure to play certain formats. I have a lot of freedom, so it's been awesome. I actually got an email today saying that I have been invited to become a Twitch affiliate. So what that means is I can have like I can do subscriptions and I can set up possible rewards for subscriptions and stuff. So that's something to look out in the future. Make sure you follow me on twitch.tv at Aaron Gazaniga or follow me on Twitter at Aaron Gazaniga, and you can find out more about that. I do upload all these videos to my YouTube page, which is Aaron Gazaniga. It's my username on YouTube, so just look for the page Aaron Gazaniga. It's all spelled the same way, right at the bottom of your, right in the bottom of the overlay. And actually, it's the same Twitch username. I can't believe I got it. Name that popular. But anywho, yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to doing this again. I'm trying to think what I have on the schedule for next time. So my next stream will be this Sunday at 7. I was gonna do Modern Mentoring, so if I remember correctly, it's that's Modern Mentoring. I believe was Mardu or Patriot. I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, it's a modern deck. It's got Monastery Mentor. It's like kind of like a control deck where you just kind of take off, start drawing cards and making tokens and buffing tokens. So I'm going to try that on Sunday. We'll try another Modern League, see how that goes. And yeah, should be a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Look out for my videos and follow me on Twitter and Twitch to get updates on what I'm doing next and when I'm doing it. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.